was
wondering about the moth joke and the dolphin joke, the Conan O'Brien show, which I've watched like an embarrassing amount of times. I was just wondering, like, going into those story jokes, you know, the shaggy dogs or whatever, was there an agenda that you were steering away from? Like, what did Conan think you guys were going to talk about? And would he just have you on the show just be like, come and just tell jokes because you don't know anything?
Well, when Conan started, no one would go on his show. You know, and I started Saturday Night Live at the same time that Conan started his talk show. And so he wasn't that successful, so he'd always phone me and go, the lady with the potato chips canceled, you know, and fill in, you know. And so a man only has so many stories, so I had my one. And I told that on the first show. But the way like, for instance, like the moth joke, I was on Conan, you know, and he said, you know, you're going to be on one segment. So I did this segment. And then at the end of the segment, he goes, you got to do another segment. I'm like, but I got nothing to say. And then I remember Colin Quinn told me this joke that said, like, a moth was into a podiatrist's office. And he says, oh, I have all these problems. And the podiatrist goes, why did you come in here? And he goes, the light was on. And so I said, maybe I'll do that joke, but that joke only takes 8 seconds. So I know a thing has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's what I've always heard, even though I don't fucking understand what the fucking means. That's why I put a big, long middle. But yeah, with Conan, you know, I just... What I do is, you have to, in these talk shows, they have these people called pre-interviewers, and you tell them the story, and they go to the host, and they tell the host the story, and then you tell the host the story that he's already heard. So you feel like you're a goddamn fool. So instead, I would make up stories, and then so, you know, let him go, I understand you got a haircut. I go, no, I don't got no haircut. So after a while, they just let me do it. And they were all very kind men, you know, very, very funny men.
My family comes from Russia. They're Russian Jews.
Russian and Jews is more like it. One of the biggest anti-Semites I've ever met.
Russian away from
I had a
Jews.
bar mitzvah.
What?
I had a bar mitzvah, Norm.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah.
Wait, are you Jewish?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm kidding. I love the Jewish people. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a half a Jew and a half a self-hating Jew.
That's called anti-Semite.
An anti-Semite, yeah. He's a half a proud Jew and half a virulent anti-Semite. So
Disagree.
He's conflicted. He's a virulent anti-Semite. That's come out on the show.
Had a bar mitzvah.
But there's never anything about it.
Virulent?
Well, he's a
that a
Holocaust
word?
denier.
Oh.
I know you're very good friends with David Irving, the author, who he reads constantly.
Yeah, I'm not friends with David Irving.
Do you know that he, though, is a revisionist?
Oh, you're a revisionist?
Well, he's a denier, Holocaust denier. But he's never read David Irving because he said he's too smart. And I tell him, well, David Irving would be your biggest ally, you know what I mean, instead of these morons. You knew David Irving instantly when I said it, as if you're his best friend. He's Jewish.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, then you'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Half Jewish.
No, I'm full.
Full Jewish.
Full Jewish. All right, then. But you're young, so you might not get it.
Maybe.
Okay, so here's the joke.
Holocaust denier.
I'm also.
I'm not going to hold that against you.
Thank you. Totally agree. 30 kids. Oh, was it 50?
Something
well,
like that.
it's the same thing.
Some people, they
do the whole
deserve
6
capital.
No. Get into
Are you
numbers.
anti-capital punishment or something?
No, I'm pro-capital punishment, but this guy starts talking numbers and deaths. Be careful, because it always gets back to the Holocaust denier. What?
What do you mean when you say stripped of everything?
Don't start this again. Please don't start this again. He doesn't believe in the whatever.
What? I never got to go
He
to camp.
doesn't believe in the Holocaust.
I never went to camp when I was a kid. Is that a good change of subject?
He doesn't believe that the Holocaust happened.
Do you not believe that?
I had a bar mitzvah again.
No, then he says
Why
he
would
has
you have a bar
mitzvah.
mitzvah if you didn't believe the Holocaust happened?
Jesus, every time.
I'm surprised this guy's still on the air. He's a Holocaust denier.
Oh, well, I'll have another one for you tonight. Soon as we leave here.
He's a revisionist, a Holocaust denier.
Oh, God. Wow, you feel better. All of a sudden.
Wait, is it? Are you or not?
I had a bar
boy.
mitzvah. Yeah, I had a bar mitzvah. I'm full Jew.
What do you think about guys like this, though?
This guy?
Yeah,
He seems like
comes
a-
around. This is his little joke against the
Roses.
poor masses that came out of a chimney.
Being from Manchester, this has nothing to do with the Holocaust.
I didn't bring up the Holocaust.
You did.
I love the fact you sort of gleefully said, I didn't bring up the Holocaust. I normally do by mistake, but today, didn't even bring it up.
I know what a Passover Seder is, but the worst Passover Seder is when you're there and this guy is talking about the smokestacks of Birkenau not being true.
Because he doesn't think it's true.
There's no way I would bring that up at Pesach then.
You can't ignore this fucker when he starts talking about the smokestacks at Auschwitz and how the shadows couldn't make sense and all that shit.
Oh, I had a
The Holocaust.
Really answers
existed.
me. You can't too ignore him. I ignore this motherfucker.
He said, how could there be poison, a poison gas? I don't know much about the Holocaust, but what did they have inside the...
The two of you together just are really giving a great homage to that whole time.
Inside the gas chambers, they put a certain type of gas. Zyklon 5. Zyklon gas.
There's a
Now,
number.
the guards would open the door and get the Zyklon all over their hand and die also. How would that not
Maybe
happen?
there was a subdoor.
But he had another thing.
I don't want to make pretend we're some.
He said when the Allied planes came over, they have pictures apparently of the smokestacks, and he said the smokestacks drop a shadow. The smokestacks that we all know spewed out the sad remains of human souls that once had dreams and once loved. He says it's all a bunch of horse shit. He tells me this big story about how the pictures from the planes on Dachau and stuff don't show enough. The chimney is not long enough. It doesn't cast a long shadow enough to have possibly been big enough to service the killing machine of Hitler. That's what he told me.
I've been saying that for years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you finally found someone to agree with you. I just don't know how 6 million people disappear from the face of the earth.
Ask this motherfucker. He's the one that thinks that it didn't happen.
Well,
Was
this is the closest I've seen to him admitting to the Holocaust, where he said, I think people have died. He's like 6 million, 600. What's the difference? I'm like,
Well, there's a lot of difference.
there's a
Adam.
huge difference. Listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I say 6 million, he says 600. You say probably a number in between there somewhere.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
It happened.
Fire pit, fire pit, fire pit,
He goes,
fire pit,
he,
fire
no,
pit.
he goes, it happened, but he goes, the numbers are all right, all wrong. And then he goes, the other night he goes, 600 or 6 million, it's still terrible. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
That's not real.
All right.
Please
Listen,
tell me that's
I just
not
want to
true.
say, I just want to say a few things. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I did
Yeah,
have
I
a
guess
bar
you
mitzvah.
don't.
I'm not a Holocaust denier.
Maybe you would if you didn't fucking. He thinks he's going to get a Mandarin agent, Jew, with that kind of shit. And a lot of homosexuals died in the fucking camps too, let's not forget.
Norm, shut up.
Well, I'm serious.
What do you think? I have more empathy now?
No, I'm saying
Oh,
you
there were
should be more-
homosexuals.
you
What
should-
happened?
you should-
What happened? I thought there was just Jews. You're telling me there were homosexuals were in with those Jews? We got to do something. There's not enough documentaries.
By the way, I saw that film that you recommended me that you called a fantasy, Shoah. Horrifying.
You really don't like Showa?
Shame. Shame.
Can't win them all.
Fantasy indeed.
Somebody's using the word Holocaust for a joke.
That's
It's
terrible.
that Chelsea
Chelsea
girl.
Handler.
Yeah, she's got a guy and they love Holocaust, the word.
God, what is
with
that?
With that dwarf she's got with it, a misshapen dwarf.
Yeah, and he's
they
not a
love
white.
Holocaust.
He's not a white man either.
No.
And they do Holocaust humor.
Yeah, and I kid her, why does she keep repeating that joke?
God, even that word.
Terrible thing to bring up, yeah.
God Almighty.
Yeah.
I would agree.
All right, I apologize to all the viewers.
I'm not an apologist.
You are an apologist.
Where did you start comedy, Norm? What if all my questions were so formulaic? What makes Norm MacDonald tick? We'll find out. We'll be right back after this.
What's your favorite curse word?
Larry King is interviewing now. You got to watch him because you got to watch.
Have you
this
done Larry
movie he
King?
does. I did him as from his news and views. But on the Larry King now, you can notice he's getting really old, and he's like seen everything. Like he's interviewed everybody, and he's desensitized to everything. So, like there'll be a guy on like go like, anyways, my son went missing and died. And then Larry King goes, they say there's nothing worse than burying a child. Paul Newman told me that. But no, like, emotion at all.
But that they say there's nothing worse. Oh, can you put a little love in that?
The first death, always the worst. Just a grisly.
Oh,
But he's seen it all.
Who used to say that he could have? Dana Gould used to say that.
Superman.
Dana Gould used to say his guest will be like, today on our first half hour we have the President of the United States, and then coming up later, Charo. or like Dana used to say, who is it? The Lamb Chop and Jerry Lewis.
There was one guy, I don't know who it was, but he had Larry King, and he had Superman as the guest. It was like, Superman, one word, kryptonite.
How long ago was this?
I don't remember who did that. He is the greatest to watch, though, isn't he?
I like watching him, actually. Is that wrong? I still
you know
think
what?
he's pretty good.
I actually did something for CNN.com, and it was in the studio where he does his show, and I couldn't believe how chintzy his studio seemed. It was just a desk and nothing. It's nothing. It's a desk and then
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I'm like, wow, it's almost like he's doing a radio show, Like, this is much nicer than his studio, for sure.
That's what Rickles always goes. He goes, you see him in now, he goes, he's interviewing Netanyahu, and then later he's with Bill and
Bill from Wyoming.
Sid from that neighborhood, Nate now.
You know why I like Larry King? Because he gets Don Rickles, and that says somewhere deep down he gets it.
Oh, definitely.
And I always think, doesn't it seem like when he has Bill Maher on and when he has Jon Stewart on, that he likes them and agrees with most of their views?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Jimmy?
I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of the Larry King, but
me neither.
He seems like a nice guy. I don't know.
He was one of those guys when he was on radio. He was like Tom Snyder.
I listened to him on radio.
Yeah.
I liked him on radio.
And on those old broadcasters on radio, it's like they knew everything.
Yeah, and then he would rant a lot more on the radio. Like, he was more interesting, and then now it's just he's more of just a bad interviewer.
Right.
Like, one time I saw him interviewing Friends. Like, I guess his thing is that he doesn't prepare, so he's like he's asking questions like the common man would think.
Right.
So, but it really hinders him because then he doesn't do any homework. Like he had the cast from Friends on, which is a show he obviously had never watched, and he's like, "You, what's it like working with all these people?"
That's hilarious.
You, I'm like, you can't. You, it's Courtney Cox.
So do you think when Jerry Seinfeld got a little upset or hurt or whatever it was, there was some legitimacy to that? Do you remember that?
No, tell me what happened.
Do you know? I mean, I know, but my version might be blurry. So if you have a better, well, he said something about now that your show got canceled, or something like it got canceled. Am I wrong?
No, you're.
I don't want to give the bad version of it, but Jerry was like, Larry, my show was on for 10 years. You do know that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
We weren't canceled. We went out #1.
And he said
Larry
that
King's
to-
like, well, it's off.
Yeah, something like that.
But Larry King probably just forgot.
I feel
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is
this still CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But, yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were.
Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last episode.
Boy, you don't take it so bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
B-movie opens. B-movie
Can we
opens.
get a resume in here for me?
B-movie opens
Larry can
tomorrow.
go over?
We'll be right back.
He called Ringo George.
Yeah, he
Had the
did.
Beatles in.
You know what? Don't we all do that though? I mean, haven't we all leave the guy alone? He's 90.
Go ahead. I'm
But
leaving
it's the
him
fucking
alone.
Beatles.
I'm leaving him alone.
Where were you when John passed? George, where were you?
George? No, this is Ringo.
Ringo, where were you?
I was in the Bahamas.
I was getting to it when George.
I was.
No,
in
you
the-
weren't, Larry. You've got
Shut
his
up!
name
It's my
wrong.
turn.
I know, but you've got your name wrong,
I
Ringo,
know.
on national
Give him a
television.
break.
We can't
Anyway,
cut it. It's
I
live.
was in the Bahamas.
I love my mother, you know. She lives right beside me here. She's great. I don't think my mother has ever spoken a word that had any irony in it. You know what I mean? Like, she's just earnest. She's just happy. She knows how to love. She doesn't judge, you know?
Oh, he definitely wanted to. I'm sorry, Molly.
No, you go, Adam.
I was just going to say he definitely wanted to make the point he loves his mom.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's a
Because it was like a
tearjerker,
moment where you just have this glimpse where he takes a pause and he's like, "She's great."
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, she'll go sometimes to the grocery store and come back. The other day, she did this. She come back, she said, "Oh, man, funny thing happened in the grocery store." I said, "What happened, Mom?" She said, "A woman came in and bought a grapefruit, and it cost $1.69, and last week it cost $1.19. And then I said, "Well, that's not a story, let alone a funny story. I don't even think that would be considered a story." Think about that unconscious, subconscious thing, because I remember my buddy one time, he's into psychology, he went to college, this guy, and I love milk, right? So we were eating a meal one time, and so I take a drink of milk, and my friend goes, "You know why you're drinking that milk, right, Norm?" And I say to him, "It's not because I like milk, I know that." Because I know this guy, you know. So he goes, "No, it's not." He goes, "The reason you're drinking that milk is because you miss sucking on your mother's breast." I'm like, ah.
Now, you guys don't know my mother. But she's wonderful. She's a saint. You know how people, say their mothers are saints? My mother is actually a saint. So, I mean, she hasn't performed 2 miracles, right? I guess she's not actually a saint, but she's much more saint-like than your fucking mother. That's what I'm saying. But there was a generation, like my mother's 85, there was a generation of women that you all know. Maybe it was your mother, maybe it was your grandmother. But they lived at a time, and I support you, me too, you too. More than anything, because, for the young girls, it's going to be fantastic. But no one like my mother will ever exist again. And it's just this generation of women that were so, selfless, and like my mother would be, the type of woman, like at dinner time, everyone's eating, and she's in the kitchen, and everybody have a second, are you sure? And then, oh, but the turnips, and wanted to make sure everybody got, and then she would, whatever was left, she would make a little plate for herself, and that's what my mother was like. Still is like. She lives right beside me. Her eyes shine love. I've never heard her say a phrase that had any irony flecked in, She's just and so happy, Like she'll come back to the grocery store, she'll go, Norm, the funniest thing happened in the store. I say, what happened, Mom? She says, there was a woman buying pineapple. It was $1.69 last week, and this week it was $1.19. I'm like, that's not a story, old bag. What the fuck? A story. I don't say that, but I would trade places with my mother in a second, because all she knows is love, how to love people. That's hard, man. That's hard. Anyways, I forgot why you brought that up. Oh, I remember. I don't want to suck her tits. So maybe I'm shallow. I want to suck my mother's tits, all right? So anyways, I'm having this discussion with this guy at the fucking restaurant, and now, after he tells me this, the milk is still there. And what the fuck am I gonna do? Guzzle it? Milk, I can't just leave it there. It was the worst. Whatever. Oh, and then it came time to order our entrees. You know what this guy gets? 2 meatballs and a banana. I'm like, hey! Wait, wasn't even on the menu. Like he had to. What's good for the goose is, this is just absolutely. I read about that subconscious, unconscious. They said when you pick a president, this is an election year. This is kind of some word. Apropos. You ever say a word, you go, I hope this is what it means.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I was broken apart by you.
I'm here with my son Norman, and we're going to tell you some jokes about President's Day. What do we call George Washington's false teeth? His presidentures. What U.S. president has long legs, a black beard, and an unusual smell? Abraham Stinker.
Today I went to the board to be examined. The opinions were divided. They debated and debated, and finally decided that I am not mad. But that is only because I used every ounce of my strength not to speak out. I did not speak out because I am afraid of the madhouse. I am afraid that they will not let me do my mad deed.
George Washington be if he was alive today? Really, really old. How many of Trump's senior presidential aides do you need to make a light bulb? None. They're meant to keep them in the dark.
They declared that I was prone to certain sorts of affectations and such, but that still, I was in my right mind. As for myself, I know that I am mad.
What would you have if you crossed a vegetable with the first president, George Washington?
The doctor prescribed me something and told me if I followed it strictly, that I would not be troubled anymore. Oh, what I would do not to be troubled anymore. It is too tormenting. But I will tell you, in due order, how I came to be examined, how I lost my mind, and why my madness betrayed me.
Happy President's Day.
Hey everybody.
This week, a New Jersey woman, Rita Glusman, was charged with hacking her husband to death with an axe, cutting the body into pieces, and having a cousin dump them in a river. According to police, Glusman learned how to do this by watching the program Martha Stewart Living. This week, CBS aired the Martha Stewart Christmas special, in which she demonstrated that with an old soup can, some used tea bags, some string, and some sparkles, you can make a useless piece of crap. Martha Stewart is here, and she wanted me to tell you, don't let the busboys clear your table off tonight, because a little later Martha will come up here, and she's going to show us how to take those old discarded fish bones and make a beautiful birdhouse. So... That's nice.
Have a joke? Tell them a joke.
Because it's a 50-50 chance it's not going to go well.
No, it's a 50-50 chance that they're
It's not going to
alive.
look like a penis.
Yeah.
It's going to look like a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Read a joke.
All right,
You haven't read one joke.
before we begin, I have a quick public service announcement. Would somebody, anybody, please f Martha Stewart?
Oh, I got that one.
What?
I don't understand that.
What?
That's weird, right?
Too soon.
It's meta.
Well, the holidays are just around the corner, and here with tips on how to make this Christmas truly special is nationally known authority on style, Martha Stewart. Martha?
Thank you. I think for each of us, childhood memories of Christmas are something unique and personal. My own memories center around the big Victorian home where I grew up. Early each Christmas morning, the other children and I would awake to the unmistakable smells of baked cinnamon apples, mulled cider, and mince pudding wafting from the kitchen. In an instant, we children would come bounding down the great staircase, our arms and legs all akimbo.
Akimbo?
Yes, akimbo. And our childish eyes as big as saucers, eager to spy what good things Kris Kringle had brought.
Hold on a second there, Martha. Kris Kringle?
Yes, Norm, you know, Père Noël, Father Christmas, good Saint Nick.
You mean Santa Claus?
Oh, you called him Santa Claus. Anyway, it being Christmas, Mater and Pater had dismissed the staff.
Wait a minute. Mater and Pater?
Yes, That's our parents. That's what we called them.
Where did you grow up?
Norm, that doesn't matter. You see, Christmas is the same throughout the world.
Nah, I'm just curious. Where?
New Jersey. Anyway, there we children stood staring in awe at what we were sure was the largest Christmas tree ever, festooned with candy canes, lemon sticks, and rosebuds on a string. And there, hanging in the mantel of the enormous fireplace, were all the children's stockings, filled to overflowing with walnuts, pecans, candied plums, dried figs, and spiced oranges.
Now, we're in New Jersey.
Nutley, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I know Nutley. Yeah, that's off Exit 7, Route 3, off the Jersey Turnpike.
Yes. And then it always seemed just as we were about to open our gifts, the neighbors would come by wassailing. Here we come a-wassailing, they'd shout. Good wassail to you, we'd reply.
Wassailing? Never mind, go on.
No, Norm, I think I'd better stop right here. You seem to think I'm making this up.
All right, suit yourself. But hey, if you run into any of my friends from Jersey wassailing, you give them my best, huh?
I'll do that, Norm.
All right, Martha Stewart there, everybody.
How is life? I know besides thinking of these news story things and stuff like that, you know, you having a good time? You able to relax over the summer, have a good time?
Am I able to have a good time? My cat just had a heart attack.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he had a heart. You ever hear such a crazy thing?
No, I didn't know they got things like that.
Yeah, they get heart attacks. So I got it off Steve Corrin, this writer up at
Sure,
Saturday Night
I know
Live.
him, yeah.
Yeah, so he gives me his cat.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's some kind of a defective cat, you know? So he's a nice cat and everything. I'm getting along with him. I come back to my apartment last week. The cat's like foaming at the mouth. He's shaking like this. He's foam coming out. So I didn't want to get near it. I thought maybe he'd, you know, who knows? He was delirious. Maybe he'd think I'm a mouse. So I say, I didn't want to get near him. So I phoned 911. You know, I panicked. I phoned 911.
Right.
Which it turns out it's just for people. I didn't know that.
Didn't know either.
They got mad, man. They said they would have me arrested if I phoned back.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, you know, I love this cat. It's a good cat. So I took him down. I got him in a cab, and I took him down to the hospital, the animal hospital.
Uh-huh.
And the guy tells me my cat had a heart attack. He takes him away. He says, oh, yeah, he had cardiac arrest and stuff. And he started asking me questions about, like, he says, I said, what would cause that? He goes, you know, diet, stress.
Stress?
Yeah. Well, he had a big promotion coming up. So, and then he let me visit the cat. He says, you can visit the cat, you know. There's visiting hours. I go, all right. So you go in this room, and then they bring the cat in a cage. He's all drugged up. And then they put the cat, like, on a bed. And then the guy goes, okay, we'll be back in a half an hour. You have half an hour, you know? So I'm with the cat, like, for half an hour. So after 5 minutes, you know, I figured, I got a life to get back to. You know, it's a cat. So we go out, and so afterwards he told me he had a lot of, he said he could have an operation, which was like $4,000, which, you know, I could buy like 100 cats for that, you know? But then I figured, what the hell would I do with 100 cats?
Right. So you got the cat. You sprung for the operation.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, there was another thing where he's on medication, you know, and I have him on medication. I have this medication. And he said there was some good news and bad news. He said the bad news was the cat only has like a 20% chance of survival, but he says the good news is it's just a cat.
He's a bad doctor. He's a bad doctor, too. You know, I find out more and more about you every time you come on the program. You know, I always study up on a file, and I learn more about you. And I was really surprised to learn. I didn't know this. I didn't know this, but you were a bartender.
Yeah, I did a lot of jobs before I got into comedy, you know, and for a while I was slinging the hash. No.
You idiot.
That was when I was a fry cook. I was a bartender. I was slinging the drinks, you know?
Sure, right.
And, oh, man, that was fun. I'll tell you what was fun about being a bartender. Always a story, you know?
Really?
Always something funny happening down at the bar.
Well, that's perfect for a talk show, then.
Yeah, this is a good example. One time I was working in there. Drunk guy comes in, you know? And you're not supposed to serve the drunk guys. You know, that's one of the things you learn. So,
okay.
And also you learn how to make the drinks.
Yeah.
But so the drunk guy comes in, you know, real drunk, you know, 3 sheets to the wind, you know. So this character sits down, you know, and I says to him, I says, what do you want? I can't serve you, you know. He goes, I don't want a drink, he says, you know. He says, I want to shoot a dart at your dartboard, you know. So I go to the guy, I say, you can't shoot a dart at my dartboard. He goes, you're not in this, you're drunk, you know. I said, I'm not going to let you, that'd be dangerous. That's a sharp thing, a dart, you know. So the guy goes, no, let me shoot 1 shot at the dartboard. So I go, all right, 1 shot, that's it. So the guy shoots the dart, bullseye. I never seen anything like it, you know, even in his state, bullseye. So the guy says to me, he says, what do I win? You know? So I don't know what he wins. I'm confused, you know. So I start looking around, try to find something for him, and I see right in the bottom of the bar area, there's a shoebox with a turtle in it.
From where? What is that doing there?
What? I was gonna give it as a gift to my nephew.
Okay, all right.
He wanted a turtle, and I said, I'll get him a turtle. That'll be a good gift.
Okay.
But then later I thought, that's a dumb gift, a turtle. Nobody likes a turtle, you know? The kid will probably just put him on his back until he dies. Kids are cruel, you know? So I said, why not just give it to this drunk?
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So I said, here's your prize, here it is. And so the guy takes it in a shoebox, you know, and he goes, thanks, and he walks out with it. So I figured that's the last I'll ever see of that guy.
Sure.
2 weeks later, the guy shows up again. Drunk again. So now I go, oh my God, that's that guy from 2 weeks ago, you know? So he walks up to the bar. I go, I can't serve you, buddy. I can't do that. He goes, I don't want. He says, I want to shoot a dart at your dartboard. I go, no, man, I let you do that before. He goes, but I got a bullseye. I say, yeah, but you can't do that again. You're not as luck. He goes, let me try. So he takes it, shoots it, bullseye again.
Oh man.
So he goes, what do I win? You know? So I'm confused. I don't know. You know? I look around. I go, I don't know. I go, what did you win last time? He goes, oh, last time I won a roast beef on a hard roll. It was the turtle.
We know it was the turtle. It was the turtle. We know.
Oh my God.
It was the turtle.
Guy must have gone out and ate it. It was crazy.
Oh, he ate the turtle. I see now.
It was crazy.
That's the real end of the joke.
It wasn't a joke.
I know it really happened, right? God forbid that was a joke. Sorry for calling what really happened to you a joke.
When I was young, there was a fella went by the name of Jacques de Gautier. And he was from Témiscamingue, Quebec. And Jacques de Gautier, he was a fella that really thought. And he was smart, you know. He was our hope, I guess. And he was, while I was scrabbling to get out of high school, Jacques Zagatineau had already...
I think you just changed his last name.
Well, you know, a man grows. But this is the point.
Yeah.
Jacques de Gatineau, he went to McGill University and he got 3 degrees, by golly. And he went over across the pond to the fellers with Cambridge and he even stood up to them. And we thought, boy, he's going to be the next. We had Jean Marchand, Gérald Tertier, Pierre Trudeau, the 3 wise men of Quebec. By God, Jacques de Gatineau was going to be the next.
Give me the next gun.
Yeah, but he vanished. And I met him, I started to do stand-up and travel from here to there and to here again. And one time I was in Niagara Falls, and gosh, I went over to the Sea World there. You know how they have the Sea World? You know, with the different fish. You know.
I didn't know that, but okay, yes.
Beluga.
The Sea World, I've been there many a time.
Okay, so I was checking out the beluga whales and stuff, and I look over, and who do you think I see?
I hope it's that guy.
No, it was just an attendant, but...
But he showed me to the place I wanted to see, which is where they feed the little baby dolphins, because I love dolphins, you know. And who do I see there but Jacques de Gatineau? And here he is, he's feeding the baby dolphins. And I go up to him and I go, Jacques de Gatineau, I feel shame for you. You were our hope. You were to go to Canada, Canada's nation's capital of Ottawa. And you were to be a great man, Jacques de Gatineau. And we were all, you know, we pinned all of Témiscamingue, Quebec, pinned our hopes on you. Now that's a hell of a burden for a man to have a town's hope pinned on them, isn't it, Conan?
It is a lot, big burden.
So he was feeding these baby dolphins, you know, and I said, I'm ashamed of you, Jacques de Gatineau. You could have done so many great things. And he said, well, I think I'm serving a youthful porpoise. Now, I believe that...
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen.
You don't encourage that.
It's like...
That was a 40-minute story.
It's like somebody...
Youthful porpoise?
Youthful porpoise.
Yes.
Not porpoise.
I don't know. Good God.
I know. That was way out of line.
No, that was way out of... Who are you to criticize Oscar Pistorius?
It's like somebody saying, I got to show you something. They take you on a 4-mile hike to show you a dog turd.
You say there's no way we could go back, and that I've broken what we had. Oh, I wish that you would come around. No.
Did you ever hear the joke about the fella that he went to a house in and it was very isolated, and there was a woman there and her mother, and they looked very much alike. Do you ever have occasion to see that, where the mother looks so young it could almost be a sister?
Yeah, for sure.
And so he was with the mother and the daughter, and he went to bed, and he turned off the lights. It was very dark, as it is in summer, as it is in the country, you know. And someone entered, opened the door at night, and he was a little frightened. Who is it? And he heard the voice of, you know, this woman. He wasn't sure if it was the mother or the daughter. And she came over and she said, "It's so lonely here, you know. There's been no men." And she caressed his arm, and one thing became the inevitable.
They had sex?
Yeah, so we don't have to be coarse about it, but yes. And the next day, as the lady's leaving, it's 4 a.m., and she's like, the light's about to come on. I must leave. And the fellow says, but who are you? I must know. I must know which you are. No, you can't know. And she leaves. And so the next day, the man wakes up, and they're having breakfast. And he looks, you see, from the mother to the daughter, trying to find a signal from them, but gets nothing, you know. And so that night, the same thing occurs. And again, he says, I must know. Who are you? You can't know. I'm going to Melbourne tomorrow. I must know. You can't know. So she goes next day. He talks to them again. And he says, he's still getting nothing from them, you see? So the next night, the same thing happens. And he says, I must know this after she vanishes into the house. He says to her, I'm going to Melbourne tomorrow. Will you go with me? Your caresses are so wonderful. And your lovemaking is non-perial. And he feels the tears run down his chest from the girl. She goes, I can't go. I cannot go. So he still doesn't know if it's the mother or the daughter. And as he's leaving, he shakes the hands of both the mother and the daughter, and he shakes them firmly to try to get some feeling from them, but nothing, still nothing. And so he leaves. And the old man, the driver, drives him to the boat where he is to sail away to Melbourne the next day. And the old man says, you know, why this place is so isolated? No. The man says, why? Well, it's so isolated, you see, because there is another sister that lives there, a leper.
So the leper?
Let's not be coarse. Good God, man, that's not how you tell a joke. That's supposed to happen through your mind. That's supposed to. But yes, a leper.
And you often speak of your native Canada.
Yeah, I love Canada.
You mention it a lot.
Yeah, people love a couple of people.
3 to be exact.
Yeah, they like it.
That's important. Where are you from? Are you from a big city? Where are you from?
I'm from a little town. It's called Monkland, and it's only 108 people.
108. That's small.
It's country. You know, it's really rural. And but man, I'll tell you, there's lots of funny stories from there.
Well, I'm sorry we don't have time. Thank you very much for coming, Norm. It was good having you here. It was Norm MacDonald. Good night, everybody.
Because farm
really,
people, you
there
know.
are funny stories from this town.
Yeah, because farm people, they all seem to be, you know, there always seems to be a funny story. I remember one time.
There better be, Norm.
There was a guy, man. He lived down the road. His name was John Neil Mergerison. And this guy, I went to him once. I've been away for a couple of years, you know. I moved to the city, you know, and I came back. And I said, John Neil, how you doing? You know, I went to his what do you call, farm? And
yeah, that thing, yeah.
So he's showing me his pigs. He had a bunch of pigs there, you know. He had a bunch of pigs, a bunch of them, and one of the pigs had a wooden leg, you know.
What?
Oh yeah, a wooden leg. So I thought that was odd, you know. So I says to him, I says, John Neil, that's odd. There, what's that pig? What's the story with that pig? So John Neil, he goes, oh man, Norm, he says, that's a special pig. He goes, you wouldn't believe that pig. I go, yeah, what, tell me about it. He goes, that pig, you wouldn't believe it. He says, last winter, you know, he goes, the house burned down. You know, you probably heard, the house burned down. And he says, me and the wife, we were sleeping in our bed. And he says, we never would have heard. We never would have heard. We never would have woken up. But he goes, that pig, he broke out of his pen. He ran all the way to the house. And he went up to the bedroom window, you know. And he says he starts hitting his little snout on a window, you know. And he says, me and the wife, we woke up. And we got out, man, just in time. We escaped that inferno. He didn't use the word inferno. He's just a farmer.
But you threw that in there.
Yeah, he says we escaped that conflagration, you know. So I go, man, that's quite a story about the pig. He goes, oh man, it doesn't stop there. I go, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, just later after that, like the following summer, me and the wife were plowing in North 40, and our little boy, only 2 years old, man, fell into the well, and all alone, you know, and we no way we could do anything. We were plowing, and he says we didn't hear, you know, and he says, man, and you know, we're getting older. We're probably not going to have another kid, you know. That kid means everything to us. I go, I know, John Neil, I know that. You don't have to tell me that. So I said, what happens? He goes, that very same pig. He says, he heard the child's wailing plaintive cry. He didn't say plaintiff, you know, he's a farmer. But he says he heard the child. He broke out of his pen. He ran all the way to the well. He looked down. There was the poor son of ours there, Billy, you know, down at the bottom of the well. He says the pig, he took his snout there. He started pulling up on a rope. And the kid got right out, you know, and man, that's great, isn't it? And I go, man, that's the greatest story I ever heard. Man, oh, what a pig. I said, what a pig that is. I said, one question, though, John Neil. I said, he got a wooden leg. I don't understand that part. Pig got a wooden leg over there. John Neil goes, man, he goes, what are you, crazy? He says, a great pig like that, you can't eat him all at once. You know, he says,
Lincoln, everybody. All right. I can never forgive you. All right, well, let's mention this. Saturday Night Live this week's with Phil Hartman.
Yeah, it's going to be
Gin
exciting.
Blossom's on that show. That's a great show.
I don't know who they are, but Phil Hartman is great.
Norm MacDonald, everybody. Richard E. Grant, Gold Dust are coming up. We'll be right back.
We did it! We did it!
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, nice to finally meet you.
Hi, Norm. Nice to meet you finally. Come have
Come
a
on
seat.
in.
This is Bobby.
You're right. You're in the comfy chair.
Yeah, we're going to give you the comfier chair. That's that one with the FS1 pillow. You can take that.
No, really?
Oh yeah.
I can take the pillow?
Take it.
If you want it.
Yours. You think we're keeping any of this? We're going to burn this down.
I always thought I should have stolen stuff from SNL.
Yeah.
You know, I took no pictures. I wrote this book, and they're like, "Hey, you got any pictures?" I go, "I got nothing," because it was before you could take pictures with your
With a
phone.
phone.
So you would have to have a camera.
Yeah, like an actual camera.
Yeah.
And then go get it developed at like the CVS.
Yes. Yeah, and the guy takes it through a curtain, some Asian guy, and
Yeah.
you're
He
like,
develops it.
when does that come back? It's like,
It'll be back in a week.
But it was exciting though,
Yeah.
back then.
We
'Cause
have.
you'd come back.
If you're interested, we figured you might be interested.
Oh yeah.
in this, especially this one. I mean, that's comedy, but this is also
see
that's a
her
little piece
songs.
of our history there.
Yes, sir. Well, Snowbird she starts with, which is the only song I know.
And then
Why
the
does
last
Anne
song.
Murray not have a residency in Vegas? Could she not
Yes,
sell
right?
out?
she should
Maybe
be
on
able to.
Fremont?
You're right. Or even Fremont. But even what's that place? The other people do it.
Oh.
That town. My phone, I answered my phone.
Branson.
Yeah,
Missouri.
Branson.
Yeah, right.
Anne Murray.
Yeah.
Anne Murray must have a following.
Yeah, she would be good there.
Gordon Lightfoot is just.
He's hanging on by a thread.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he still does his Massey Hall thing every
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
And I don't think it's. I think it's a
No.
little shaky now.
But what a writer that guy was.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I first heard that record of Edmund Fitzgerald, I thought it was from 1700.
Right.
It turned out it was like from 1975. I'm like, what?
I know. Exactly.
But the lines in that song are like, oh my
It's
God.
incredible.
Where
It
does
holds
God
up.
go when the something?
Yeah, something.
I heard Burton Cummings.
Fitzgerald.
I heard Burton Cummings do a hilarious thing. It was he did.
great.
He did an impression. You just had such a great voice, Burton Cummings.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, he just ragged on Gordon Lightfoot. Then he did an impression of Gordon Lightfoot doing Maggie May.
Oh,
And he's
really?
like, how does Maggie May go again? What's the line in Maggie? What's one line in Maggie May?
Hey there, Maggie. I wish I had something to say to you.
Yeah, you sing it.
It's late
Hey
September.
there, Maggie, I wish I had something to say to you. It's late
Hey, you.
September. So it's like super non-sexy. And
Don't worry about this. Just keep your.
I get my coffee?
Yeah,
Maybe I.
take this.
Oh,
home,
this is all right?
And you
Okay.
can.
All right, buddy. All right.
We're fine.
So I am. I'm just
Just
sitting
hold
here
on
with
your
it.
record. No, you're actually promoting
Why
an
don't I
old
promote
Anne
this?
Murray record.
Sales have been dropping a little.
Okay.
She's beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Didn't she do a duet with Kenny Rogers? Did she do a duet with
I don't
Kenny
know
Rogers?
about that one.
I can't remember.
She did a duet with someone.
She's got a good head of hair, though.
Yeah.
Does she ever, huh?
She's a handsome woman.
Handsome woman, good golfer.
She's a handsome
She's
golfer.
a good. She's like a scratch golfer, apparently.
My friend was at, she's a girl, and she was at David, some guy's house. So anyways, the guy is a secret gay guy, and then the woman is a secret woman like her.
Like a lesbian.
A lesbian.
Yeah,
Secret woman.
She's a lesbian. Yes. I should be wearing this. This is
yeah. You don't have to wear that, but it's.
No, it's ridiculous.
But we
It
did
looks
enjoy
ridiculous.
it on the herd. We did enjoy it.
So she, wait, what was I talking about?
Oh, the secret
secret woman
lesbian.
Oh yeah, so my friend was there, right? And the wife goes up to her, and she says, "Do you watch the LPGA? Do you follow the LPGA?" Which apparently is some code.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So my friend, this girl, she goes, "Well, sometimes, And then the girl's like, "Oh, it's really something that you should really follow." Very entertaining.
All right, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna get going. Wait! I got. God damn, man. It's like I was saying on Saturday Night Live. You know, they've done it for 30 years, and everything's a panic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's 10 seconds. They're screaming. You're like, fuck. You don't have everything ready yet?
Yeah,
here we go.
Had 40 years to get this right. They're still trying.
One more thing about your my impression of you that I just recalled.
What?
I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson because of that impression.
Sudden thought, when did sugar diabetes become plain old diabetes?
How so?
Because Johnny Carson phoned me and he said he loves Larry King and every day he reads the News and Views, which was the impression I did was your News and Views in USA Today. So I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson, which I didn't take.
Why?
He would tell me stories, you know, he could tell me stories about everybody, you know, that existed ever in life in show business, and then I'd have to go, did you ever meet Chris Kattan? You know, I wouldn't have anything to give back.
But he wanted to meet Norm. You missed the.
I should have done it.
You're weird, Norm.
I met guys though. I did an impression of you on Saturday Night Live. You know, your King's Things, bulletin points, and so I did a parody of that on SNL, and I only had to slightly magnify it.
This is News and Views. Here's my 2 cents, gang. If you only see one film the rest of your life, it should be Mickey Blue Eyes.
I get a call from Johnny Carson, and he wants to meet with me at his office. So I go to his office, it's just me and him. And he pulls out a whole bunch of USA Today's clips, you know, of your column. And he starts reading them. He goes, here, you take some, I'll take some, we'll read them.
Just in the office?
Yeah, just me and him in the office, both of us doing Larry King impressions. Look at this man compared to Johnny Carson at the time. You know, look at Johnny Carson. Get a picture of him 7 years before he retired. Long, white hair, white beard.
He didn't have a white beard. Johnny always looks fantastic.
But would you like to hear my impression of Johnny Carson phoning 911 when he had his fatal heart attack?
I would.
Okay. Okay, you be the 911 operator.
Okay. What, I
Ding,
just say
ding.
hello? Hello, 911.
Yeah, hello?
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, this is Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson from television?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Oh, hello, Mr. Carson.
Okay.
What can I help you with?
I don't know. I feel like there's a yak on my chest.
You did have a lot of yak jokes, didn't you?
Well, have I ever done my Johnny Carson impression for you?
No, you haven't. And I'm sure this young audience would love to see it.
You can play along. You can be the 911 operator. This is Johnny Carson when he was having his heart attack. You be the 911 operator.
Yeah, okay.
Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. This is Johnny Carson.
Oh, Mr. Carson, how can I help you?
I feel like there's a yak on my chest. Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
Do you want to hear my impression of the 911 call from Johnny Carson?
911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why do you laugh at that?
You said it.
Johnny Carson died at 80 years old.
Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression? Would you like to hear my impression of Johnny Carson?
Call.
Johnny Carson's 911 call. Because he called while he was having a heart attack.
No.
Would you like to hear my impression? Okay, you be the 911 operator.
Hello, operator Mary.
Yes.
What is your 911 emergency?
I feel like there's a yak on my chest. Hi-oh. All right. We would like to thank Andy Dick for being on the show, and to end the show, Andy Dick will be reading a joke, and then the show's over. Good night, everybody. Andy?
Purple socks.
Oh, can I do a Karnak?
I was trying to.
Can I do a Karnak?
Yeah.
You told me that we should go our separate ways, but now your life without.
That's what I was trying.
Now, do you know how to be Ed McMahon during this?
Well, you have to read.
Okay. Mount Baldy. Mount Baldy.
And you read.
No, then you have to say Mount Baldy.
Mount Baldy. Mount Baldy.
Yeah, Mount Baldy. What did Yul Brenner's wife do on their wedding night?
What's the hardest drug that Norm MacDonald's done?
I guess love.
Where did you go?
I had to go powder my nose.
Oh, man. I've never seen a guest do that before.
I had to go.
You ran away during the commercial break.
I ran away, I freshened up, I powdered my nose.
Freshened up?
And then I took a piss in the sink.
All right. Why? Why do I ask? It's my fault.
You go to, you start doing comedy, and, you know, what is interesting to me is we hear about this.
Cocaine is not working. I'm from the time, let me tell you something, Jay. I'm from the time, I remember when pot was something you cooked your eggs in. Yes. I remember when hash was something you were made out of corned beef. Yes. Exactly. I remember when acid was something you threw in a guy's face when he made a pass of your wife.
Exactly. Where are those days? Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember ecstasy when it was just the feeling you had when you threw that vial of acid in the guy's face.
So wouldn't you love to ask Dole, like, when he was doing the commercial for what they now call erectile dysfunction?
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you feel when you sit down and do that kind of a commercial? I mean, it's got to be a little embarrassing, you know.
I don't feel that an old man should have erectile function.
Don't you?
No, just thinking, you know, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, you know, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And, you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, you know? I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be, got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that, in some corners, is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This Viagra. It's insane. Now, you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right, it's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is,
Oh, man, I didn't
see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rip kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute till it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awful.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. He goes, no, he's a good guy.
Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there, man. I was talking to Jerry Jones, you know, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know. And he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack. And, of course, it was very inspiring to see President Clinton up here on crutches making a speech. I mean, I thought that was just amazing, you know. I mean, it's been difficult for the president. You know, he can't jog now, and he needs help getting around, and he still occasionally suffers great pain, you know. On the upside, you got your medical marijuana, so that's, you know. You must inhale, sir. It's the only way you're going to get better. The show has loosened up considerably. I noticed I was watching Oprah and Dave talking about weed and booze. And I don't do either of those. The hardest drug I ever did, LSD. And I remember I was a kid, I was like 16, and I remember they warned me, they said, hey, you gotta be careful with that LSD on account of you can get a flashback. 10 years can go by, 20 years, 30 years, and a flashback will happen. So I thought, hey, that seems like a good deal. You know, you tell me I buy a drug for $5, I eat it, I get high, and then 20 years later I get high again? That's not the point. I like to stretch my drug dollar. The point is this. 10 years have passed, 20 years have passed, 30 years have passed, and no flashbacks. What a gyp that turned out to be. Just more horse by the big acid companies, that's all it is. All right. I want to apologize for running out earlier. I don't know if anybody saw that. But, you know, these things happen in live TV, and it reminds me actually of a maxim that Christopher Plummer told me many years ago. He said, before a live awards ceremony, do not eat a fistful of LSD. Take that with you.
Now, Norm, I remember years ago you told me that you were there for the birth of your son, and I always remember this. And you said that was the most exciting thing you had ever participated in. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And then what happened?
I took crystal meth.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know what you were getting at.
No, that's right. No, and then you said a couple of weeks later you went skydiving.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah. Or hang gliding. Yeah, hang gliding. And how was that compared to the birth? It was.
This was a joke I did at one point?
I have to do your act for you now? Is that what it's come to? And you said that was much more exciting than the birth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's whoops.
Just a little coming down the stairs, just a little space to hold
I assume anyone smiling is on meth. Veterinarians in Colorado have reported that marijuana use is on the rise amongst dogs. They say you'll know if your dog is too high if it starts making a really tall sandwich.
They like sweets better
What's
when
that
they're high.
Yes, I don't know.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday.
Whatever. The street drug Special K has been found to be an excellent treatment for depression. This according to the New England Journal of Gary Busey.
You know, dogs and humans love to run because it apparently gives them a natural high similar to that of marijuana, according to the University of Arizona. Wow. After running what are called cannabinoids, the chemical found in marijuana that gives you a feeling of euphoria, are higher in humans and dogs, and this encourages them to run again. To 7-Eleven for a Slurpee. A Papa John's delivery man has been arrested for allegedly selling more than $40,000 in cocaine hidden in pizza boxes.
Jesus.
To undercover police officers. This raises an important question. Where is all that pizza that was supposed to go in those boxes? Can I have them to eat? I'm a big fat guy.
A Florida University student was caught streaking on campus and apparently told police he was on acid and asked them to cut his dick off. Boy, these kids today are crazy. In my day, we didn't need drugs. We would just cut our own dicks off.
Yeah, you didn't need no fucking acid and shit. When did you gain the weight?
Well, I fluctuated a lot throughout my life. But
how did you gain it?
Eating and not exercising.
Would that be your natural weight, or do you have to fight that all the time?
Well, yeah, I think I have to fight it to a degree. Yeah.
And how did you lose the weight?
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Cocaine. Mostly, yeah, cocaine and other drugs, and very, very serious depression.
That helps me a lot, Dr. Oz.
Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. Do you think it's cocaine?
Yep.
Well, you're partly right. It's cocaine, and it's also a lot of baby laxative. So you might.
A couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be
careful, because it burns like hell when the.
Yeah.
I think I heard Matthew Perry once in an interview. I think he basically said he invented sarcasm. I think he said that. Norm was on Saturday Night Live. Norm tells the best fucking stories about some of those celebrities that went through there. And Matthew Perry had an assistant and said, you know, he said to Norm, Matt wants to do a sketch that he wants you to be in where he talks like he does on Friends. He calls it Matt speak. And Norm said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you know, he invented a way of talking, the way he talks on Friends, Matt speak. And he showed him a clip, and Norm said, are you talking about sarcasm? Matthew Perry called sarcasm. He renamed it Matt speak.
Hilarious.
And Norm goes, you're talking about sarcasm?
What about the black odd couple, Gil?
They should have just said to him, oh, that was really good.
I think one of the younger writers said, I think Matthew Perry's a genius. I think that's what it was. And Norm said, is he good at math or something?
Excuse me, is this Sarcasm 101?
No, it's Lamaze class for men named Arthur.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm kidding. It is Sarcasm 101. Be more gullible. Take any seat you want.
Thanks.
Except that one. Ooh. I'm kidding. Sit down.
It's really hard to tell.
Thank you. Oh, in class, whoever parked in my space, thank you. I enjoyed the walk.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's nothing like an hour in the rain.
Oh, wait. Oh, I get it. You're saying that because you don't want him to park in your spot.
Very good. You win the trip to Jamaica.
Hey, wait a minute. You didn't say there's a prize.
Wow, could you be any stupider? Okay, last week's assignment was how you would describe the food in England. Jane.
The food is so good there.
Kevin.
When my dad eats, he sounds like a pig.
No, that couldn't be more wrong. And just so you know, Kevin, I don't like it when you say things.
My dad's from England.
See, I see your mouth moving and I hear all these sounds, but it's just like coming out like, woo, 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 my dad. Okay, quick pop quiz for everybody, okay? You walk into a bar and you see a fat, ugly, disgusting guy in the corner. You turn to your friends and you say what?
Could he be any larger?
Could he be any uglier?
He looks like my dad.
Whoa, Kevin, try again.
He looks a great deal like my dad.
I don't see what's so funny.
There's a shocker.
I nominate Marissa for class president because of her incisive wit.
Hey.
You people just don't know when to stop.
Why don't you cry about it?
I want to take a bath with Marissa. I mean, that is to say, could I want more to... Can I take a bath with Marissa? Or...
My teaching assistant.
She was faking?
Catch on slower.
Hey! I don't think she's really a student.
Be a bigger moron.
Can I still take a bath with you, or...?
Another Norm joke, but he sort of, again, that thing that area pisses him off as much as it does us. He was at an SNL after party. This, to me, was put perfectly. I'm not going to say the comic's name because, you know, I'm permission from Norm. But anyway, Harvey Weinstein was holding court. He was talking about, he had seen that scene of alternative comedy, and he had seen somebody that everybody, you know, was kind of, at that moment was the king of that. That's all. And, you know, Harvey Weinstein, I've been in, like, seen him at work. He's a very, like, obnoxious, like, he just yells shit out that he, you know, he thinks is brilliant, like Stephen Wright jokes or something. Right. Yeah, you can't have everything, where would you put it? You know, stuff like that. So he goes, he says this guy's name, and Norm's sitting there, he's on with Lorne and everybody, and he's holding, and Harvey Weinstein says this person's name and goes, I think Sons is a genius. And then he looks at Norm and goes, Norm, what do you think? And Norm goes, is he good at math or something? And it's like, okay, the ballsy part is now Weinstein looks like an asshole. And people are like, and you know, from that moment on, one of the most powerful guys in the world hates with a passion Norm MacDonald.
Really have problems with handsome people, like Friends, you know, would bother me so much. I watched Friends and then I said, fuck, these are the funniest, super handsome people ever. I'll give that to them, you know what I mean?
Who are you guys?
It's probably harder if you're so fucking handsome. Because I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah. And that was my charity, right? And so I won $500,000. And
Hole in the Wall Gang?
Hole in the Wall Gang.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell them. So they just got a check for $500,000. $500,000.
Should have got $1 million.
So then, yeah.
I want to get into that.
So then, they keep sending me they want more money. Like they think
it's like an alumni association.
Yeah, they think I'm a guy with $500,000 every fucking year. So I'm like, no, I don't have $500,000.
Yeah, this Norm MacDonald, he must be some sort of shipping magnate or something.
Exactly.
I've never heard of him, but he evidently has very deep pockets and loves homeless children, so we should just keep hitting him up for money.
That's exactly it. He was going to meet me, so he's my hero, kind of. I love that.
Newman's your hero?
Well, I love all his movies, and I love how he's conducted his life.
Oh, boy, do I have a documentary for you.
Really?
Yeah.
The one you made?
Yeah, it's all about his racing life.
Oh, that's awesome, because, I love that, I don't know how old he was, but he was 40 or something. You know, he was, when he started racing.
Yeah, late 40s.
Became one of the best
four-time national
drivers.
Champion.
Amazing.
I got 2 of his championship cars 100 feet from here.
And he's by all evidence, he was monogamous with Joanne Woodward. You know, he wasn't a player when he was the most handsome guy ever.
Norm, was this, that's a little Paul Newman going on down there, right?
You were
more
handsome.
like, yeah, you were handsome. Huh? What the f*** happened? Anyway, no, I did Weekend Update.
Have you seen Paul Newman lately?
You do look better.
You know what I mean?
You know what's weird I just thought about, Norm? I think you might appreciate this conceptually. We appreciate 2 dudes. We appreciate the guy who's been faithful to his wife for 47 years and never looked the other way with all the trappings of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And we then thus also worship at the altar of the guy who fucked everything that wasn't nailed down. Like, boy, that guy was serious cocksman. I mean, boy, he fucked everyone. We don't, but when someone goes, he fucked like 8 chicks over the course of 40 years, we go, I don't know about him.
Well, you know, it's like if a guy,
like it's feast or famine in the fucking department.
It's like if a
one
guy,
chick or 180.
If a guy gets divorced twice, he's kind of a loser. But if he gets divorced 9 times, he's a character.
Oh,
you know?
Ladies' man. Yeah, hide the daughters when he comes into town.
I met Mickey Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he was the biggest star in the world, and he was married.
Norm's eating, by the way, if anyone wants to know what's going on.
So he was married to, I don't know, but it was like Ava Gardner, like 7 beautiful women, the biggest women, most beautiful women in Hollywood. So in his head, he still thought he could get these women, you know.
It works on chicks. It doesn't work on dudes.
Oh,
what I'm saying
you mean
is,
like B. Arthur or something.
Yeah, like if I found out that Lorenzo Lamas Jr. was banging B. Arthur 10 years ago, I wouldn't go, well, fuck, give me a piece of that shit. I'd go, he's got a mental condition. But women, when they find out that Sophia Loren is sucking off this fat producer, then they go, oh, must be good enough for me. You see how it works?
Did Sophia Loren suck off a fat producer?
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
How do you think we know her name?
My Lord God.
I don't know for sure.
But you're allowed on this show to just slander
we can say
everybody.
what we want. Well, no, I'm not. Look, she's a dear friend. Sophie's a dear friend.
God.
No, I don't know her background. All I can say for sure is this, that it works this way with women. If there's one dude who beds a Kardashian and a Paris Hilton, he'll then get to, and a Lindsay Lohan, he'll get to mow through other Hollywood hot chicks.
Like David Spade is that guy.
Yeah, David Spade is that guy.
And I would say he's more, because Warren Beatty was always the gold standard, but Spade doesn't have the looks of Warren Beatty.
He's the aw shucks rapist.
Rapist?
Well, I don't know why you brought up rapist.
My Lord.
No, what I'm saying is Spade has quietly mowed through the entire bevy of blondes in this town, but he does it in a sort of unassuming way.
Yeah, Spade is an interesting character because he's outside of Hollywood. He makes fun of it, and yet he's deeply inside of Hollywood.
Balls deep, a lot.
Yeah,
many would argue.
No, but you know he'll be on red carpets, and I went out with him one time. He's like, "Let's go to a bar." We go to a fucking bar, and then people let us in, which is horrible. Like past everybody,
right?
You go, let those guys in.
Yeah, there goes Spade and his bodyguards. His haggard bodyguard.
He's haggard as that. So I've never seen a picture of George Harrison not haggard.
He's somewhere, but he's be-haggard. He's like beleaguered and haggard. Like he's haggard with a beleaguered
haggard?
Yeah. How about the fact that George Harrison, hold on, we got to get back to this. How about the fact that he just got done beating cancer and a mad person broke into his estate and stabbed him repeatedly?
I forgot about that. Jesus Christ, that's bad luck.
Did anyone think that maybe hanging with the Dalai Lama isn't what it's cracked up to be, like in terms of karma?
How do you get into those? Like, remember that guy was going to jump over and to rape Steven Spielberg, and
right? Duct tape his mouth. I don't know why you're so fixated on rape. But continue. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just playing off you, baby.
It seems easier. It's that kind of thing where it's like, what happened? Well, George Clooney was in Toronto shooting for 3 weeks, and a woman moved into his house. It's like, it seems a little casual considering there's walls and security cameras and alarm systems. But
Letterman would come home and there'd be a lady that thought he was his wife.
Waiting in bed. And
then
he only fucked her twice.
Oh, my Lord. I have a stock. Get this. My stalker.
60, you have a stalker?
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
68-year-old lady.
All right, so you and David Spade are walking into a bar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was saying that?
Yeah.
So we go into the bar. So it's packed with people, and I don't like a lot of people around. And then you get a little fucking plastic drink, and you drink it, and then Spade goes, let's get out of here. And I'm like, what? And I don't even want to be there. And, you're an inch from somebody's face. And so then we go to another bar. He does the exact same thing.
Right.
Let's get out of here. So he just goes places and exits. But
I think there's a power. I think there's a certain power in leaving.
Yeah, I guess there is.
Yeah.
But with women, he plays the long game. Like he's always texting them. He doesn't bed them the night he meets them. Like a year later.
Right.
But he's got so many on
He
his...
fucks them in the bathroom. Yeah, but not on a bed. Never on a bed.
Wait, no.
I hear what you're saying. I'm reading between the lines.
I can't talk about Dave. Now it's going to
Hits
sound
him
like
in a
I'm
stall.
saying that about David.
No. What he does is he quietly, like, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. If you had a list of the famous coxmen of the town with the Warren Beatty's of the world and the Wilt Chamberlains and stuff like that, somewhere in the 13th spot would be David Spade.
Absolutely.
And everyone would go, how'd he get on this list? A cute little blonde guy?
I'd
What
put
are you
him
talking about?
way farther up than that. Way farther up. I'd put him maybe number 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
In terms of sheer numbers.
Quietly goes about his business.
Yes, he does. And
until we start talking about it.
Yeah, I know we shouldn't. But he's very self-deprecating about it. But he also, he knows everything that a young girl knows. Like that beautiful 20-year-old. He can talk to them about keeping up with the Kardashians and whatever the hell.
Right.
And then if I
Nobody's gonna change, you won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all I need. But every other night, I'm begging for that high. I'll come clean. Half the time, just wanna stop. Can't find another you if I'm lost. Can't find another you if I'm lost.
The press would be great. Tim Russert, right?
Yeah, you and Tim.
Me and Tim would be a great
load of laughs.
You guys lost me.
He doesn't know who Tim Russert is.
Anything about Tim Russert?
He only
really
knows
just-
supermodels.
I get blank stares.
Yeah, you.
Hey, listen, Larry, you live next to me in Beverly Hills now. You knew Clampett. You're right next to me.
Clampett.
I just heard you're gonna
Are you
come
right?
by
Don't
my.
give the address.
We're gonna. I know where you are. You're by Nate and Al's, and my house has a water wiggle out front, and you're gonna have to come by and hang out with me.
What is that?
What's a water wiggle?
That's his thing for a supermodel.
What an idiot.
What was the... I was thinking about that unconscious, subconscious thing, because I remember my buddy one time, he's in psychology, he went to college, this guy, and I love milk, right? So we were eating a meal one time, and so I take a drink of milk, and my friend goes, you know why you're drinking that milk, right, Norm? And I say to him, it's not because I like milk, I know that. Because I know this guy, So he goes, no, it's not. He goes, the reason you're drinking that milk is because you miss sucking on your mother's breast. I'm like, ah. Now you guys don't know my mother. But she's wonderful. She's a saint. You know how people, say their mothers are saints? My mother is actually a saint. So, I mean, she hasn't performed 2 miracles, right? I guess she's not actually a saint, but she's much more saint-like than your fucking mother. That's what I'm saying. But there was a generation, like my mother's 85, there was a generation of women that you all know. Maybe it was your mother, maybe it was your grandmother. But they lived at a time, and I support you, me too, you too. More than anything, because, for the young girls, it's going to be fantastic. But no one like my mother will ever exist again. And it's just this generation of women that were so, selfless and, my mother would be, the type of woman, at dinner time, everyone's eating and she's in the kitchen. And everybody have a second, are you sure? And then, but the turnips. And wanted to make sure everybody got, and then she would, whatever was left, she would make a little plate for herself, And that's what my mother was like. Still is like. She lives right beside me. Her eyes shine love. I've never heard her say a phrase that had any irony flecked in. She just And so happy, you know. Like she'll come back to the grocery store, she'll go, Norm, the funniest thing happened at the store. I say, what happened, Mom? She says, there was a woman buying pineapple. It was $1.69 last week, and this week it was $1.19. I'm like, that's not a story, you old bag. What the fuck? Like a story has to. I don't say that, but I would trade places with mother in a second because all she knows is love. You know how to love people. That's hard, man. That's hard. Man, I forgot why you brought that up. Oh, I remember. I don't want to suck her tits. So maybe I'm shallow. I want to suck my mother's tits, all right? So anyways, I'm having this discussion with this guy at the fucking restaurant, and now, after he tells me this, the milk is still there. And what the fuck am I gonna do? Guzzle it? Milk, you know, I can't just leave it there. It was the worst. Whatever. Oh, and then it came time to order our entrees. You know what this guy gets? 2 meatballs and a banana. I'm like, hey! Wait, wasn't even on the menu. Like he had to. What's good for the goose is this is just absolutely. I read about that subconscious, unconscious. They said when you pick a president, this is an election year. This is kind of some. Well, another Thanksgiving has come and gone, and I thought it would be a good idea this year for me and my mother to say what we were thankful for. This is my mother, Fern. Now, we've written them down on index cards, what we're most thankful for. Should I begin?
You can just start.
I am thankful for the opportunity to do stand-up comedy for a living. Why, there is nothing more gratifying than to step out on a stage before a quiet crowd and through my comedy, turn them into an unruly mob.
I am thankful for the brave man who pulled me from a burning building last week and sadly perished. In the process, I'll never forget him. I don't remember his name, but I think he had a mustache.
I am thankful for women, the greatest creatures on earth, because without women, there would be no cookies.
I am thankful for the kindly ladies who live across the country and leave pies on their windowsills. So an old chunk of coal like me have a bite to eat from time to time. I am thankful for the troops, except for that one guy. I am thankful for all of my grandchildren, especially the ones I like. I am thankful for the fine young men and women of the LAPD, along with the Burbank Police Department, who joined forces this year and finally solved the baffling murder of Bob Hope. And finally, I am thankful for friends without which it would be a cold and dark place. Yes, friends especially like ones where Joey gets Chandler a duck. The end. I hope everybody had a really happy Thanksgiving.
Why you going high? Push me to the side. Just keep going on and on, and I ain't getting tired. Yeah, you try to crucify all the good inside. You go and call 911.
Norm MacDonald's mom is here. Should we say hi to her?
Yeah, where is she?
Way in the back there.
There she is. Hey, Norm got her last row.
That's right. All right.
And I just want to point out, she's been at every taping of my show for 23 years. She always sits right in the back, so she can get out of here. We get her the best seat, beat the traffic.
That's right.
Norm MacDonald's mom! Well, there she is right there. She tried to leave.
Norm MacDonald's one of my favorite people on the planet. He doesn't even know that. You don't even know that.
I know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, man.
One of my favorite people come in here every time. It's been like 2 years. You kind of took a year away from it. I think so, yeah.
Holy crow,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You've been busy eating,
flies.
evidently.
Wait, no.
Not now. You've cleared it up. You had to eat and then lose the weight.
Yeah.
So you took a year off from
some
us.
weird thing happened where I had a huge hunger, and Sean was around. You haven't introduced Sean.
I'm sorry. Sean
O'Connor.
O'Connor's
the
your
young,
helper.
he's the future of comedy.
Oh, is he the future? This isn't like a Liberace situation where you got a helper?
Lord.
I mean, he did say he would pay for my plastic surgery.
We're going to make you look like Norm. That's the thing.
Listen,
Sean's got a house.
Yeah.
Can I read a little news story?
Yes, of
A
course.
Brazilian serial killer has confessed to murdering 39 people. The alleged serial killer, apparently he was coerced into confessing his crime, and what he did was, geez, this is kind of grisly now that I read it. He would lure young women and men. He would kill regardless of gender. Chop up the victims, and then this guy was a real jerk.
And that's why you're one of my favorite people. It's so succinct. It's such a.
So yes, I had a hunger issue, what I would call it.
What did you put on? Because when I was watching your podcast, I think it was Gilbert
about
or Super Dave.
250.
What? No kidding?
Maybe. I remember one time I was 235, but I remember being fatter after that. But yeah, I would eat all the time. Like
and just for no reason.
Because all of a sudden the appetite just started.
Constantly
hungry.
out of nowhere, and then I got real worried. I said to him, I went to a doctor, and then all the tests came out positive, and I'm like, I don't know if I told you about this doctor, but he wasn't the nicest guy, you know. Like at one point, he said, "Open your mouth and say oink." That's not nice, right?
No. So earlier this morning, you say the people in Cool were doing mounds of blow at the station. What the hell is that about?
Oh my God!
I didn't know we could talk about that.
Sure we can. You're in a safe place.
Did you cut some lines?
We cut lines off of Erica?
No, they just kept giving us donuts.
They
were like going away for a while.
Incredible energy, man. They were like. It's
the oldies
fantastic to
station.
see.
They have to have energy, I guess. I'm not real sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
I don't buy it.
But listen, man, Sean,
the future of comedy.
The future of comedy. It reminded me last night because I got in early yesterday, and then I waited up on Sean because he drove from Los Angeles.
Oh, geez.
Because he's afraid of Ebola. And it sort of reminded me, like, because I would phone him, on his car, and I go, "How you doing?" He goes, "Now I'm in, wherever he was."
Quartzsite.
Yeah. And it reminded me
date shake.
of he had a date shake.
No, I ate at McDonald's twice.
On the drive?
That's a long drive. You ever have a date shake?
No.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of kind of like a Stephen King novel. I'm on the phone.
Right.
He's like, I haven't touched anyone yet, and he's so afraid of Ebola. But
Are you really afraid of the Ebola? Because I think I'm horrified.
Oh, yeah, I'm terrified because what just happened is it was one person, then it was two people, then it was three people, and then that second person went on a plane.
Yeah.
So now 800 people are
And
quarantined.
there's another one on a boat now, on a
the one
cruise
on the
line.
plane doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, but close enough.
It's so
We've
close.
had 2 people that have had it.
And the other one that was
But
handling...
the other one are being accused.
Yeah.
But
Right now we're taking the witches right now and we're going to start burning them.
Good.
Yeah.
Who's for burning? Show of hands. If it's
I mean, if it saves me...
Me too. That's how I
listen,
feel.
I'm going to tell you
Diarrheaing blood.
Yes.
Fidel,
that guy.
Fidel Castro, right?
Yeah.
Who has an island. His country is an island, right?
Right.
So when the AIDS outbreak happened, you're on an island. It could knock your whole island down.
Right. Yeah.
So what he did is they had a big, beautiful resort, right? And he just took it over, because that's what they can do in
Right.
Cuba.
When it's your island.
Yeah, and he put all the AIDS patients in this beautiful resort, fed them all, and
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It almost
really,
makes you want AIDS in Cuba, doesn't it? Kind of like tried to get it.
But it knocked the disease out. It killed the disease.
Yeah, because you quarantine everybody into their own little package.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So this lady who they keep saying was handling samples, which basically means the poop and pee of the Duncan guy,
She was taking
is
them
on
out.
a Royal Caribbean cruise and she's got it locked in a cabin now. I'm the same way because I
But
think
also like a nurse. If a nurse can get it, I mean,
Yes.
they take care.
they try not to get stuff. Every
So-
day, that's their job.
So if it's not airborne, Sean was saying it's just a droplet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait till terrorists get it.
I mean, of course.
If you take in someone's breath that has
Yeah.
Ebola,
It's like a
It's
horrible
gonna be
movie.
awful.
Yeah,
I had to stop drinking people's blood.
that'll do it.
I mean,
yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Stupid Twilight movies, and now we've got this. It's taking a horrible turn on all of us.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be the worst when terrorists get it, but I also think it would be bad when just like innocent people get it.
That's when you got something.
I think you misunderstood me, but it's okay. Who did you usurp as the future of comedy?
I
There
think,
has to be like the guy who had that role that you took
Yeah,
it
who
from.
got rolled?
Probably Aziz Ansari.
You think? And now he's just comedy.
Yeah, now he's
the president
of comedy.
He's the czar.
And Norm, are you the
I'm the
ghost
past.
of comedy past?
Yeah. A lot of times me and Sean we'll go and then people will go, hey man, that guy seems like the future of comedy, that guy seems like the past of comedy. Where do we
Who
go
says
to get
that to you?
Where do we go to get the president?
People will review your show that way. That's just an awful person to say that about the show he just watched. I saw the future and I saw the past.
Yeah.
Just looking for something in the middle there.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. The future and the past are all we got because the present is, people falling down, bleeding from every orifice of their body.
Yeah, that is. I don't like the present.
It's better to look at that.
Did you guys ever read The Hot Zone?
Yeah, we were talking about that. I never
God,
read
that
it,
was a
but
terrifying book.
it's the one that makes me go, okay, Ebola. I'm not going to fool around with this one. We had a record of 0 cases.
Yeah.
Up until
And
about a month and a half
they
ago.
could have had a vaccine. It was 20 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
they
yeah.
could have worked on a vaccine, but they didn't.
What was the thing that you told me about the hot zone that sounded like a lie?
Oh, the horrifying story. Oh, that you think it's a lie? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in the Hot Zone, they're talking about the first guy that got it, and it's just a nightmare. And he gets to the, it's on a little plane from Africa, and he gets to the hospital, and he goes there. And it's an African hospital.
Which
Not to
says
say
that.
anything against Africa, but my God. And then
Look at these hospitals.
and then he goes there, and they don't know Ebola.
Sure.
So he's like, and they said at that point, anyways, he collapsed and blood exploded from everywhere.
Oh.
And they said that the blood hit the ground and started moving.
What?
Because it's
Like a
more-
sci-fi movie?
Like a sci-fi movie, because it's more Ebola than plasma at that point.
Oh.
And it's just looking for a host. 'Cause
mobile.
It's going to die.
I'm out. I'm out on that. Yeah, start the fire.
It's like Alien.
Yeah, no, that's just an awful
So
thing.
burn all the Ebola. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Are you opposed? Are you opposed to? Give me a counter argument to it.
You take that resort, Norm, and then you torch it. That's John's idea.
I have an odd approach to curing starvation as
Yeah.
well, which is kill all the starving people.
Yeah.
It goes away if we team up with the warlords. I mean, we've raised so much
They
money,
take the
and
food
they're
anyway.
still hungry. We've teamed up with the wrong side.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think? You have to go already?
No, Brad's
okay.
just pointing at my coffee.
Brad, I don't like when you stand up. Sit back down. Doesn't he look like he's from a Wallace and Gromit special?
The were-rabbit is right behind him.
Norm, you've been at this for a long time now. How long have you been doing this?
25 years.
Is it 25 years? No,
Yeah.
and it's your birthday
And
today.
I started late.
51 years
Happy
old,
birthday,
Norm.
by the way.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
yes, it is my birthday.
We
Yeah.
get lists.
I actually started very late for a stand-up.
Yeah.
25. What were you doing before?
Most
that?
of them started as kids, you know.
Yeah.
Sean, you
I
started
started at 19, yeah.
19,
No kidding.
yeah.
That's just brave.
And even 19 is sort of. Some people are 16.
So you stopped hooking and you went into comedy
What were you doing
at 19.
before?
yeah.
Were you a prostitute? As Brady pointed out.
I want stuff to come out of my mouth.
Well, that's your choice.
Lord.
That's just an extra $20. You can go
Quitter.
either direction. Yeah. Norm, were you? Did you have different aspirations before you started doing?
Oh
stand-up?
no, I just did manual labor.
Really, like
Yeah.
tile work or drywall? What are you looking at?
Drywall was too hard for me. Anything with any skill, I was horrible at.
But what was
but
manual?
I moved furniture.
Oh.
You know, I worked in a logging camp. I lived in Canada. I just travel around to.
Yeah. And then just all of a sudden said, "This is it." What would Norm? Today is your birthday, so it's the time for reflection.
Yeah, it's true. It is my
What would
birthday.
birthday Norm today go back and tell young Norm 25 years ago?
What would I go back and tell
Yeah, would you
myself?
go back and say, "All right, Norm, here's what you need to know."
Oh,
Watch out for Ebola. First of all, that's clear.
Yeah,
that's
no,
coming.
That's coming.
That's coming. You got a future ahead.
Yeah, I guess I would. Gosh, man. I mean, I have no regrets in my life.
I'm not asking. You're not on a deathbed or anything.
Got no
I'm not
regrets.
trying to pin anything on you. Just is there anything you're like, man, I could have done that better?
Oh, almost everything. Yeah.
So you just have a list of stuff for
yeah,
young
yeah,
Norm.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
No,
Sean-
I would say, you know how they say a life unexamined is not worth living?
True.
But another bad thing, though, is do you ever try to examine your life? Which is what you're asking me to do right now.
And you hate it. Yeah, I apologize.
Oh, it's
Norm-
depressing.
How
So
about-
you look back, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
What are these bumps?
If you keep dwelling on
What are
them, though,
these
that's a...
bumps?
I've got bumps.
Why do I not remember the last 6 days and there's scabs all over my face? No, when I used to drink, I used to walk. This is what my friends told me. I would walk, fall down, walk, fall down, walk, fall down, and then I would black out for a couple of days, and I wake up and there'd always be scabs on my face.
This is what your friends told
I
you.
thought I had been in a big fight, but my friends
Right.
told me, "No, you're just walking down."
They
the
were just
street."
kicking your ass. You were in a fight club, and they did beat the tar out of you and put you to bed.
Norm, have you ever met any other celebrity that shares the same birthday as you, like Ziggy Marley?
Yeah.
Ziggy Marley. No,
You
he
have the
shares
same
my
bir-
birthday.
yeah, Eminem.
Oh, Eminem. Yes, I have met him.
Bill Hudson, one of the Hudson
The
brothers.
Hudson brothers.
Yeah.
Now, was he Goldie Hawn's husband?
He put his seat
Kate
inside
Hudson?
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, yeah. Kate Hudson.
Yep, he made Kate.
The Hudson brothers.
George Wendt.
Oh, really?
Norm.
And he played Norm.
How odd is that?
you know, it's you know how dumb I am. When I started doing stand-up, right? I was in Canada. There was no TV or anything, right?
There wasn't?
Not in Canada.
Really?
I mean, there was TV.
25 years ago?
I mean, you couldn't go do stand-up on TV.
I see, I got
We'd
you.
mostly get our
Right.
TV from America. But I was going across the country and everything, doing my stand-up, but no one knew who I was. But sometimes when I go on, people go, Norm, Norm. And I thought I was catching on, but it was from the TV show.
From the Cheers.
Yeah, so they heard Norm. They go, Norm, Norm. Like an idiot, I go, yeah, man. And people are starting to
Cool.
So you could go back and tell young Norm that wasn't
I
anything
would
to get
tell him
excited
that,
about.
yeah.
You settle
Yeah.
down on the Norm chance.
But they say Norm. They're
Yeah.
talking about George Wendt's character on
Clearly,
Cheers.
the wildly popular Norm is the fat guy
Yeah,
over here.
exactly.
Here's another cool one you share your Evil Knievel.
Oh, I love Evil
Did you ever
Knievel.
meet Evil Knievel?
No,
Oh,
boy,
man.
I would like to. My buddy is...
He's dead, right?
Yeah,
It's too late.
2007.
My buddies, they wrote Ed Wood and People vs. Larry Flint. They write biopics, and they're writing one on Evil Knievel. And they told me some awesome stories, and the best one was... Well, one cool thing was whenever he did a stunt, he would get his whole family together and talk to them like...
This could be it.
This could be it, yeah, which was pretty cool. And they have video of that. And then, so he was so rich because he always thought he was just about to die. So he'd always have, you know, a walking cane that was all diamonds and stuff. But he bought a jet with, on the side of the jet was Evil Knievel, like jumping in a motorcycle, right? And he was like, this is going to be exciting. So then he takes the jet, and he's like, I can't see it. You know, because of course he can't see the side of the jet. He's inside the plane. So he buys another jet.
To fly next to that jet.
Fly next to
that's
that's a lot
a
of
life
money.
well led. Right there. That's how you do it. When you can buy a jet to look at your own jet, that's winning right there. That guy's better than me.
I played tennis with this guy that was a Supercross rider or a Grand Prix, and Evel Knievel was his sponsor in 1974.
Yeah, he threw his money all over because I think he
talked about a couple of parties on the yacht.
Yeah.
And he said Evel was one of those guys that never backed down. Like if a guy challenges him, he's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. And I remember there was a story like somebody like in the press or something badmouthed him or something like that, and he just walked into the place with a baseball bat,
took him out.
Yeah, and he's like, I know,
See, those were the
I
good
know
old
this
days.
is going to cost me a lot of money, but I don't care.
Yeah.
And it cost him like $10
Sean,
million,
see, you can't do that as the future of comedy.
Oh, no.
You can't just go in and bash somebody who doesn't like your
Or
act.
you could bring it back.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
we'll
as
go
the
for it.
you're the future. Anything you do is going to.
That would be wonderful to get, masculine energy.
You have none of that?
I have zero of that so far.
Do you maybe harness up some WNBA energy or some female energy? Perhaps?
I mean, I have played basketball with women before, so I think this would work out.
He gets a lot of tail, this guy. It's
Is that right?
unbelievable.
Yeah?
I mean, it's not unbelievable. He's a handsome, nice
No,
guy.
I'm engaged. That's what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's getting tail from that same lady over and over.
Yeah.
Engaged, you're getting a lot of
I
tail.
guess that doesn't count.
Once you get married.
I guess that doesn't count. He's always like, hey, I got a story about last night. I'm like, easy. I know. Yeah, she's a sweet girl, Aaron.
I was with
Don't
this
tell me
chick
another
last
story.
night?
He's like, and then
man.
I'm like,
Because then you got to meet that person. You look at
I'm
him like,
good friends
she was
with her.
just folded over like a Samsonite.
Yeah, you're packing her up in the overhead compartment.
Folded over like a Samsonite.
You don't want to see the
let's
people.
not say that about Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron is the sweetest, girl.
But evidently puts out
couldn't
quite a bit.
imagine.
Yeah,
you couldn't even imagine her. She's so saintly.
Yeah, you get her on any night. She's
She's an
Norm's
animal.
getting a call.
Hello?
Eddie answered it.
It must
Bert?
be important. Let's listen. Uh-oh. This is it.
Oh, is this Leslie?
Leslie Moonves? We've all got a show. He's loving the
radio.
interview.
I'm doing a radio interview.
Well, Norm's on the phone. I can tell you, Norm and Sean are over at the Tempe Improv, TempeImprov.com.
I'm doing a radio interview. I gotta go.
TempeImprov.com Friday and Saturday.
I'm doing a radio interview. I gotta go.
Get off the phone, Leslie.
Is Leslie a girl? Do you know
Oh,
Leslie,
my
Sean?
God.
I don't
Who's
know
that?
Leslie.
What was that? Who's that?
Oh, that's my brother Leslie.
You know, J.B. Smooth's brother called once while he was on the air.
Yeah.
And he picked it up, and he needed
$300
It was
bucks.
300 pounds of chicken for a picnic, and I'm like, you can't. That's just. I mean, you're just baiting me for like 3,000.
And he was short. He was short on some
Yeah,
cash.
he's like, he needed 250 bucks to cover the chicken.
No, I didn't
bill.
want to take the call, but I saw it was from my hometown.
Could
I'm
be
like,
trouble.
oh my
Is he wishing you
gosh.
a happy birthday?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's what it was.
I'm yelling at him.
Well, he's trying to be nice.
You're right. That is what it was.
Yeah, he's that prick. See if I
Well,
ever
you know
seen
what I
him.
mean? When you get a phone call.
Sure.
You know what I find? I don't know if you guys are like this. Like, do you have landlines?
Not anymore.
Well, you
I
have-
do.
I
I do.
dumped it.
You have had them.
Oh yeah.
But like in the middle of the night when the phone rings, that to me is like terrifying.
Oh, it's horrible.
Because
Yeah.
you're like, what is? You go
Who's
to the phone.
dead?
And at the start, I don't know, are your folks still alive?
Yeah, no.
Mine are too. So anytime you get a call, it's like,
Of course.
Well, now that I know that, I'm going to call Brady in the middle of the night more. I didn't know that the whelmed
well, you just, if
black
it's,
cloud
coming
of
from, if
death.
it's coming from home, hopefully it's they're calling to either check in, but
Yeah,
sometimes
but
there's
if it's
weird
in the middle
times.
of the night, yeah.
I'm just going to hire people from Columbus, Ohio to call you at 3 a.m.
Good luck. We change numbers every.
Yeah, keep that up because I can find you. This is going to be great fun because I'm horrible.
Well,
I think that's so funny to call him in the middle of the night. It's like, hello.
Your parents are fine. I just checked on them.
I had a prank I did when I was a kid. Like we all had pranks, like telephone pranks we would do, and then but mine. I wish, kind of looking back, I wish I hadn't done it. But I would phone people like at random, just strange, just numbers, and I was a little young kid, and I would go like, I'm in trouble. Someone's trying to get in, and this is my mother gave me this number to phone in case there's in trouble. And there's someone's coming through the door, you know. And they go, "What? No." They go, "Where do you live? What's your number?" I don't know. My mommy told me to phone you.
Now they'll track it down.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm going to do that anyway.
Sometimes
and you're thinking that's hilarious
at the time. Yeah,
I still think
but there was
funny.
no closure to the prank.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like I
you left
got
them hanging.
Yeah, it's just for the rest
Mine
of their
wasn't
lives,
as elaborate, but I used to call and go, and they'd be like, "Hello, like, is this suicide hotline?" No, I can't do anything right. And just hang up. And then, have them hanging for the rest of the day. It's like, that was not. Yeah.
That's so fun.
I can't do anything right.
We
That's
both hurt
good.
people's feelings.
Yeah, those people think they have blood on their hands now.
Yeah, they've lived their
The fun
life.
prank that I like doing was in the winter. We had a sledding hill, and I used to string piano wire across the
he used
trees.
to kill people. It's
and
different.
shove the kids down in the snow and just watch them slice up like Snicker bars.
You know what another prank?
God.
You know what a prank we
My
went on?
uncle, he went on a snowmobile. You know,
Yeah.
'cause I come from-
That is not the official term of what you do when you're trying to explain snowmobile.
Yeah, snowmobile. When you move your hand really
snowmobile?
fast.
That's how you
Over your
operate
genitals.
it. You operate the snowmobile like
You know when you make a
whacking off.
fist over your genitals and you just move it up and down? Snowmobile, of course.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
He does snowmobile.
Anyways, they had the farmers put up like
The fencing.
fencing, but like invisible. You couldn't see it, and my uncle got hurt. But what were you?
I was going to say, we had a thing we were going to do. It's just pranks just to make people think.
Yeah.
You know when you go by a place where some horrible accident has happened, they've put up like, if
Yeah.
somebody got run over by a bike, they paint a bike white and put it on that corner. Brady and I especially, we wanted to paint like sleds in Phoenix.
Like random, a canoe.
Just like white
It's happened at
sleds.
this intersection.
Put candles all around it and like a date.
That's funny.
And just see if people just to make people like as they're driving, just entertainment as you drive.
Yeah, a box of Sudafed.
This is where he drives. Time release capsules all over, painted white. That's a
Just
great
a bunch
idea.
of empty boxes.
Yeah, that'd be a fantastic. And nobody could touch it. They'd feel bad. It's like a tribute, so you can't clean it up. It's not litter, so it has to
Paint them
happen.
white.
That's
Those
everything.
are kind
about
of
it.
sad. Those
They're
highway
awful.
side. Yeah, like
What's
I
the
think
time
the guy
limit?
would rather just not have a shrine.
Yeah,
if it's gonna
like why
be on
not
the
a
side
shrine of him?
highway.
Build a statue of him, not
Yes.
the bike he was on.
Yeah,
like the
right.
bike
Are you
just
going to
says-
put one of, like, a relative or on the back of the windshield of your car
Yeah.
for a while and drive
People
around?
turn their cars into tombstones.
And then how
now.
long do you do
What?
that?
I've never heard
You haven't
of this.
seen that? Well, in here, all over, they'll have a picture of the Lady
In
of
memory
Guadalupe
of-
and the name of a person, and it's always some horrific date, like 1987 to 2013. You're like, oh, he was young.
yeah.
But now their cars' resale value is garbage.
Oh, of course.
That's all I care about. It's like, what's this guy doing? He just lost a couple grand putting that up there. It's not, you're still alive. There's no reason to lose money.
Then a lot of tattoos are pretty
Oh,
popular,
yes.
too,
Yeah.
of the deceased person.
Oh,
They put it up there. One will have a date when they're born and then a question mark.
Yeah,
I guess they're
vanished.
They're waiting to fill it in, I guess. When
Oh, what?
That's so embarrassing.
Well, it's like 1986 to 1987.
Yeah.
and you're trying to have doggy style sex
right.
with them.
And you got to look at
Oh.
her. You got to look at her kid Sid on the back.
Oh.
Oh, it's this little Sid.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to name him.
Rest
on
in
the
peace
small-
in
he's
heaven,
on the
my
small
little.
of the back.
My little.
You mean
angel.
Sid, the kid's name?
The kids, I call him Sid.
He was
automatic.
named after
Right after
Yeah.
the
sudden
disease, right.
infant death.
Which I want to die from adult onset sudden infant death syndrome called not so sudden infant death syndrome. It's stupid. You
It
see
took
what
a
you've
while,
done?
yeah.
This
It
is what
was,
you do to us.
it
You know
was,
that you've been responsible. I don't know if you heard us talking about it. There's been probably 5 or 6 visits here, but the very first time we ever had you on was like 15 years ago. I was at another station here in town, and they found a headless body on the freeway the day you got here. Last time you were here,
Was your uncle on the snowmobile?
yeah, like 10 years ago.
I feel I remember that.
A dude crossed the road on the freeway and got plastered. That was the day you were here. And then today, some guy going the wrong way on the I-10 blows up the I-10. It's not even usable all the way back to L.A.
Oh,
Wait a second.
God.
This.
I probably should have told you guys that I'm the devil.
Oh, man. You could have led with that.
Yeah, I've come back. and I brought Ebola with me.
You've got your podcast. It's still going, but I clicked on it the other day. It says Norm will be back in May.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I do it for a while, and I go, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And then they're like, he's on hiatus.
Yeah. Is that what that is? Or is it just that you may or may not come back?
Yeah, I don't know if I will or
Okay.
not. I just do it for a while, and then
it's fun to watch.
Tired of it. It's fun to do, man.
Yeah. It's so great. I think it's just the people who do it with Norm
are awful.
Are awful.
Well, no, Sean isn't. Sean does it with me.
Well, there's one guy. There's always one guy. It's the rest of the people.
The future's good.
It's those awful others. I did a podcast with Frank Caliendo for about 6 months, and then we tired of it as well.
Even Frank tired of it?
Well,
He
Frank
seems tired of nothing.
No, the second you say
he
the F
starts
word,
getting busy
he gets
on
nervous
everything.
because he's on that Disney stuff.
Yeah.
So you get nervous when you start doing horrible jokes, and we have
of course, Frank would. Yeah,
Jay Farrell, Ralphie May, me, and Frank are in a room.
That was the.
It was one of them we did. It was great.
I see. Yeah, Frank would get nervous.
Yeah, he got real nervous. Do you enjoy doing the interview stuff with people on the podcast?
We got good guests, so that I was interested in, but it's harder. Like you guys obviously have to just interview everybody.
Not necessarily.
Here. What?
No, we don't.
You don't?
No, you're a special choice. We could have said no.
I'm amazed that people. I don't know how I would do with people that
you don't care about.
Yeah, like I'm always astonished by, especially a guy like David Letterman, who I think would be even less interested than we would be. You know, or the way he can pretend to be interested,
right?
Like,
and actually
but don't you think he has a little more juice or say on saying, "Hey, this guest is here"? But there's every once in a while they have to take it. He has to take it. Yeah.
No, on an average guest, you got to. Yeah,
if they're in town, they're promoting
3 guests a night.
Yeah.
There's not that many interesting people. And, actors are not interesting at all. I mean.
And now, did you start getting pressure from anybody? Because it's your podcast, but you start getting money from the outside coming in. I think it was Jerky Links, which might have explained the ballooning. Was that right? You had the Jerky Links thing. You had to try to convince me you're a Jerky Links guy.
What?
Just get what they want, like guests from them.
Sean and I, we liked just older guys. A lot of people wanted young people.
But they're not interesting.
Older guys are the most interesting. And I always think in show business, you get the old guys, they don't care what they say anymore.
Right.
They're out of the business.
They'll tell some stories.
And they tell stories about guys you care about.
Yeah, they'll name names. They don't care at all. They're seconds away from dying.
Yeah.
So who's the best one you had on there? Because I've seen some that were
we
just
had this guy, Jack Carter. And he did the most craziest thing. You remember?
Well, I also still, after meeting him, have no idea who Jack Carter is.
Jack Carter was a comedian like the Catskills guys, way back in the day.
90. Yeah. So he was talking, and he said he was talking about the war. And he was
Which one?
The Second World War. I go, you were in the Second World War? He goes, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I go, the war was a lot of fun? And he goes, well, I never got to go over. I never went over, He goes, I got a lucky break. My whole unit was going to D-Day, and they all died. And I didn't go because I got deathly sick the day before. And then I go, oh, man, it sounds like you were faking it as a joke. Right. And then he goes, I was. And then he's like, I never told nobody that.
So he finally confessed.
That he is a deserter and a traitor to our country.
But you learn that kind of stuff on Norm's podcast,
Norm's
which is great.
Deathbed Confessions. That'd be a good show.
That'd be pretty awesome. You just show up at hospitals, and they think it's to bring them up, but it's really just to get them to admit
We've had a couple...
you do admit some stuff, and then you pull a plug out of...
Man, do I want to follow you around with a camera? Hey, I'm here to pull the plug there. You got anything to say?
So, Rickles.
By the way, if I'm ever in that situation...
Celebrity deathbed.
Pulling a plug...
Yeah.
First of all, I would want more than one plug. I would want like a backup plug.
Multiple plugs.
Yeah. Because a guy comes in with one of those wide brooms, hits your plug.
Oh, I want a generator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want something to kick in.
This is how I feel.
Yeah, is it that easy?
Yeah.
This is how I feel it happens sometimes. Like you're in bed, right, with your eyes closed and stuff, and you're sleeping, your coma, whatever they call it. But you can hear and stuff. This is my nightmare. And all you hear is your relatives going, I think he wants to go. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, no, but you can't.
You can't move enough to,
Because nobody's ever like, no, keep them on the thing.
Yeah, no, keep them on forever. Everybody always was real jumpy. You know, my pool guy pulled the plug on his mom, and she sat up. Took like this huge horrible breath. The whole family lost their minds, and then she died. Like right in front of him. He's like, it's time we pulled the plug on her. She's not gonna make it. Pulls the plug, and like a few seconds later, she goes.
She's like, it's a miracle. Like, what the?
Plug her back in. It was.
But that must have been a physical thing. Is that what like they talked
about?
about?
The family didn't say so.
Yeah.
There was a big fight afterwards.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the risk.
I read that 1 out of 4 people get buried alive.
What? 25% of people?
Come on.
Stop that. Where did you read that? Lies?
No, because they said that Lies magazine.
The book Lies.
Yeah, the book Lies magazine.
But, no,
so they're wheeling the guy, and he's like, man, it's starting to get hot in here.
Yeah.
Whoa,
They said that the medical equipment used to show if a person's actually expired is not that perfect.
Well, we need to spruce that up.
But if you're being buried, there's like the embalming process, which will totally.
Maybe
you'll pretty much find out
I don't think
if the
it's
person's
buried
dead.
alive. I think they die in the morgue. They wake up inside the.
So if they're stiff, maybe put in there, they might be put in.
So like pronounced dead
before they're embalmed, they still could because you have a couple that come back and all of a sudden the guy wakes up on the table or something.
Like have you ever been in a funeral and go, boy, that guy looks alive?
Never.
No,
the coffin gives a dead giveaway. I completely know that automatically.
And the makeup, it's the worst makeup.
Takes the life.
I read a story this morning about these 2 kids. Their mom died, and they put a cell phone in her casket.
Oh,
and then when she was buried, they got text messages back from the phone.
No way.
I swear. It's a story I read this morning. But what I think, grave robber.
Yeah, it's a living person.
And then they're like, yeah, thanks for letting us have sex with your mom's corpse.
Did you do that one on Cool? Norm MacDonald is at the Tempe Improv this weekend
with the great Sean O'Connor.
The future of comedy. It should be
on.
It should be on the marquee. Norm's name should be very small as the comedy. You're just introducing him, right? That's
pretty
what's happening.
well.
Okay, yeah.
And Norm's going to confess something
That's
tonight.
right. It'll be on stage deathbed confession. Norm MacDonald on his birthday tonight. You can go see him at the Tempe Improv. Tempe Improv.
Birthday kisses for all the ladies.
Call by. It's not. It's you don't have to call him back. He has to call you again. He bothered
laugh.
you. Who calls anyone this early?
I
Anyway.
feel so terrible.
Where's he living?
I'm screaming at him.
What time is it where he lives?
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
You have to
it's
assume.
later. It's
Yeah,
later.
but you have to assume he knows you're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
So who calls anybody at 8 in the
call
morning?
him. We could call Leslie if you want to.
No, we can call him live on air.
Yeah.
You want to call your brother?
Oh, no.
Straighten us out? What's your brother do?
My brother, I think he works at a donut shop.
You're not sure?
This call wasn't that important to either of you. Either donut shop guy or whatever.
It was nice of him to call him. So I feel so bad.
It was nice. But he was the first one in. You know what? Don't feel too bad. He's just kind of clearing his day. He was getting it over with before 9 a.m. It was just a quick, let's get this done so I don't have to think about it.
Let my brother scream at me.
Yeah.
Well, he
Tell me.
kept saying,
Are you at the point?
I said I'm on the radio. He's like, yeah. So anyways. Well, you know.
Are you at the point when, like on your siblings, do you send them something for your birthday, or is it just a call?
Oh,
a happy
no.
birthday.
Do people still do that?
They give gifts.
I mean, I'm getting my son.
Only the topper in the family does
my
it.
son is 21, and I'm thinking, when
You gotta
do I
get him
stop
some.
giving him stuff?
That's a monumental one. I think after this, though.
What is the
No,
age?
he's 22.
No, then he's done. You don't have to worry about it. Just give him a call at 8 a.m.
Yeah, because I was thinking I could save the present until. Do you find this that as we march forward in time,
As the world
as
turns,
time marches
as time
on,
marches.
that there's less and less things you can get people like because everything's on their phone that they need.
Yeah, they have it.
life.
Oh yeah, you can't buy anything for anybody anymore. They get it.
right?
They get it when they need it because it's right.
Cash
there.
is king.
Yeah, it's a crusher. Norm, leave
Now
us with,
you don't have
what's that?
kids.
No, God, no.
Yeah,
that sounds awful to me.
I do. I have a 6-year-old
Yeah, he's got
Do
it.
you have a girl?
girl.
Yeah, I knew it.
How's that? You just look
Because
he
he
spreads
said
the
I have a
femininity.
6-year-old. Because otherwise you'd say I have a 6-year-old boy.
Really?
Because you'd be proud.
Yeah.
There it is.
But
Norm
don't you
MacDonald.
worry?
That's awesome.
I mean, I guess throughout history we've all worried about our children. But my God Almighty,
It's Yeah, good luck.
It's No Country for Old
Good
Men,
luck,
though.
kid.
Well, it's No Country for Old Men. It's the speech Barry Corbin gives there. He goes, "What you got ain't nothing new here."
I don't know.
It's you watch that movie.
I know everybody tells me
it's the best movie ever. He gives a
speech?
He's like, because Tommy Lee Jones says something. He said he goes out to his brother's place. Brother, ironically, says to him, he says, "I think I got to get out of this." And he goes, "What are you getting out for?" And he goes, "I feel overmatched." And he goes, "What you got ain't nothing new here. This has been going on forever." He said, "The world doesn't sit around and wait for you. That's vanity."
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great speech. And
but
then
the
sit back
speech
like,
I
wow.
want you to do for me is a speech from The Godfather, where he goes to the guy that ends up with the horse's head, and he says, "Put Johnny Fontaine in this picture." And then the old guy starts saying why Johnny Fontaine will never be in this picture.
You want me to do that right now?
You remember that speech?
I remember, but I don't remember it well enough to do it. Sean
can
will do
we
it.
find the
seen
text?
The Godfather. What? I've never seen The Godfather.
Can we find the text on the computer?
Bravo, why do you want me
Let's
to do
do it, man.
You want me to act with you?
Are you getting it?
He's getting it now.
Norm
Why are you
Theater.
teasing this?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll do The Godfather.
Classic morning radio.
Yeah, The Godfather moment. And we have to do it as character.
Yeah. I'll be
Super
Robert
Dave
Duvall.
Osborne. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. We'll do that.
I'll do it as Super Dave.
And I'll do it as Super Dave.
And you do.
I'll be Fuji.
But you remember the guy, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking
He's
about.
like,
He's the one pissed off about Johnny Fontaine ever
really
working.
possessed. Yeah,
I know that one. I just don't remember the speech well enough.
Oh, it was
Why
a
are we
great
doing
speech.
this?
Oh, it's so fun.
I don't think
I'll
it
be
is.
Super Dave instead of Robert Duvall.
Can I also be Super Dave, though?
No, you have to.
We can't be
commit.
combating Super. I have to commit to this character.
You have to
All right,
commit,
we'll do it.
man.
Norm's
Where are you
going to
going? He
reenact.
has the
Up, Sean's
smoke.
done. He doesn't want
The
to see.
future's gone.
It's
Oh,
98.
It's over.
98. Tempe, Phoenix.
Now it's just getting deep in here. We're
Well, then
talking
there's
philosophies
no
and
ice
ice ages.
What's
happening?
It was cold back then.
Norm MacDonald is joining us today with his manservant Sean O'Connor, the future of comedy.
Yeah, baby.
Who will soon have plastic surgery to be Norm, look like Norm.
I knew I should have wore a shirt.
It's the gold lame
It's a radio joke.
I really. And for whatever reason, I quoted "No Country for Old Men," and now you want to do a scene from The Godfather.
Yeah, but I think we should set it up.
Yeah, you go ahead. This is your thing. You direct. No,
I've
Sean,
never
you
seen
say-
The Godfather.
I've never seen The Godfather.
I've seen every American Pie, though.
Is this one of those moments where you get in the car and you say, "I can't believe I made that guy do that"?
No, listen. We got to set this up.
Okay.
We all remember the big scene in The Godfather was the guy wakes up with the horse's head.
Satin sheets.
Yes. You should set this up.
Is that the offer he can't refuse? Is a horse's head?
Yeah.
The sheets.
Really?
Yeah, that's the kind of the first.
It's kind of the first one. He's trying to.
So set it up.
He unfolds the one.
Yeah. Let's
sheet
set up
thinking-
this scene here. Johnny Fontaine is a lounge singer, sort of loosely based on Sinatra.
Yeah.
Who the Godfather wants to put in this movie, but the movie producer refuses. We don't know why. Right?
Right.
I'm setting it up.
That's right. You're doing a great
Keep
job.
doing it.
And then, so they send the consulary, Tom Hagen, played by Robert Duvall, to go and visit this guy and try to talk him into
Getting Johnny in the car.
Yeah. So Tom Hagen,
But
who's
Johnny's
played
not
by-
having any of it.
Tom Hagen's played by Robert Duvall, and Jack Woltz plays the producer. But
Right.
in this,
Nobody knows who that guy is.
in this, we're doing now. I have to do.
You're the producer because this is your idea.
wanted you to do
and you're
it.
doing it as Super Dave Osborne.
Super Dave, yeah.
I'll be doing Tom Hagen as Liam Neeson.
Okay, as Liam
Is that
Neeson.
right?
Okay.
Because he's improv.
Yeah, because he's a big improv. Ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close.
Wow,
very
that's
sacred
good.
relationship. Cut. You can't say that.
Take two, cut.
You already knew how to do them.
Well, that wasn't just going to wing one.
Oh, okay.
You know how to
I'm
do
sorry.
Super
I'm
Dave,
sorry.
right? You're not
I'm
just
sorry.
throwing
I'm
this
sorry.
out for the
I'm sorry.
first time.
All right,
let's
take
try.
two.
It's not like I said I was going to do Paula Dean and then
Okay.
give it a try.
Hey, there's butter in
I
there.
have to go again? All right, here
Yeah.
all right, take two. Try not to compliment me so much.
Okay.
Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close, very sacred religious relationship.
You tell your boss he can do.
Now what?
This isn't going as well as I'd hoped.
Tell your boss he can ask for anything else, but this is one favor I can't grant him.
Mr. Corleone never asked for a second favor. Once he's refused the first. Understood?
You don't understand. Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie. That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star. But I'm going to run him out of the movies, and let me tell you why. Johnny Fontaine ruined one of Woltz's International's most valuable proteges. For 3 years, we had her under contract. Singing lessons, dancing lessons, acting lessons. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was going to make her a big star. And let me be even more frank, because I want to show you I'm not a hard-hearted man. But it's not all dollars and cents with me. She was beautiful. She was young and she was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had. And I've had them all over the world. And then Johnny Fontaine comes along with his olive oil voice and his giddy charm. And she runs off. She throws it all away just to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position cannot afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here. And if that Goomba tries any rough stuff, you tell him I ain't no band leader. Yeah, that's right, I heard the story.
Thank you very much for the dinner and a very pleasant evening. Have your car take me to the airport. Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news at once.
Oh, excellent. And scene.
Amazing.
That's great.
Impressions are much easier to do in small chunks. That's what we've learned.
That's why I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, damn,
you
man,
did this
you gave
scene.
me
You tried to give it to me.
It's like a 5-minute thing. I didn't know you
That's
talked
your
so
thing.
long.
You did great,
This was your
Norm.
scene.
It's awesome.
All right, now monologues.
You ever do a monologue?
Oh, it's awful.
Huh?
Just can't stand him. High school, they used to
Yeah,
make us read those awful monologues.
He did 14 verses of the farter from Sparta.
That was a great. I wrote it myself. He's got to go now. Now,
Brad's gotta go?
That's beautiful. Thank you, Norm. That was fun. I don't know why, and I'm going to be thinking about it for a while. But nice job.
Listen, man, I just want to say, can I end on a serious note?
You better.
Yeah.
I think that, with the Ray Rice incident,
Sure.
with the Adrian Peterson incident,
This is why he's my favorite person. Norm MacDonald, all week long. Happy birthday, Norm. Nice work.
Oh, it's
Sean,
my birthday.
Pleasure to meet you. It's 98.
Norm Canadian. He is very funny, very Jimmy Stewart-like almost in his.
Oh, tall,
like
blue eyes.
He's
hair.
very handsome.
Yeah,
Handsome.
and he's got a really
Married?
nice.
Is he available?
Norm, you have everything. From the outside, you're hilarious. You are a good-looking guy. You're famous. You have beautiful blue eyes. You're Norm MacDonald.
That was an amazing experience watching Russell Brand and Norm MacDonald because, in my opinion, I think you and I are kind of together on this, two of the most beautiful human beings, comedically, aesthetically, just to look at. Like, you just look at Norm, you kind of can't stop looking at him. Like, people go like, hey, Norm, but like, nah, if you look at Norm MacDonald, if I just showed you a photo of Norm MacDonald, you know who he was, and I'm like, oh, you don't remember this guy from the Cary Grant movies? You wouldn't go like, no, what? Like, he's gorgeous.
No, but girls like me sometimes.
Yeah, well, you're very twinkly and warm and affable, and you've got an innocence about you. People will love that.
I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
Oh, no, in every way.
In every single way. So I told the guy that, and he said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy. And but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big like you. You know, I don't want veins. I have no use for that in my arms, you know, or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them. You know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt. You know. You just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want to have one hot ass.
Norm, was this, it's a little Paul Newman going on down there, right?
You were
more
handsome,
like,
Norm.
yeah, you were handsome.
Huh?
What the happened? Anyway, no, I did Weekend
Have
Update.
you seen Paul Newman lately?
You do look better.
I know the end is day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. say I'm all that.
Look at those shoulders. Yeah, strong back. You got a beautiful ass. Yeah. No, I wouldn't mind a piece of that.
Today. The list of kind words goes on, and today we are joined by his friend and former co-star, actor Daryl Hammond. Hi, Daryl. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey there. Good morning. How are you?
Okay. Well, Daryl, you took to Twitter in the wake of this news, writing, "R.I.P. my dazzling friend. There was no one funnier than Norm. Hardest I ever laughed was with him. I will miss you and your friendship." So many people are talking about him and his work in the industry, but you actually knew him personally. So can you tell us just a bit of what it was like being his friend?
Yeah, you didn't think of it like at the time as like it was like anything special because he was such a no frills kind of a guy. I mean, he wasn't seeking fame and he wasn't seeking fortune or power. He just was living his life trying to be funny, and it seemed so unremarkable at the time. You know, it was just Norm being funny and being him, which was thought is formed on the way out, and you just say exactly what you think immediately. And sometimes it lands with favor, and sometimes it doesn't. You know.
Yeah. Take me into one of your biggest belly laughs with Norm.
Yes.
If you can.
I mean, the thing is that I know him. I can think of some professional stuff that was really funny, but you know, personal stuff and people that were in his life probably is some of those stories I shouldn't tell because it involves other famous people. But you know what I mean?
Okay, take me to a professional one then. What was one of your favorite on-camera Norm moments?
Well, my favorite on-camera Norm moment was when he was doing Burt Reynolds, you know, in Celebrity Jeopardy and refused to answer to that name when Alex Trebek referred to him because he had changed his name to Turd Ferguson. Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson. He wore that giant hat.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'll put that up there with my favorite moments ever on stage at SNL.
Hilarious.
I'll put that up there with the cowbell sketch. It was hard to stand next to him and not just become an audience member, you know? That was sort of the way he was. You didn't want to be in the sketch anymore. You wanted to watch the sketch. You wanted to watch him do his thing, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people having to deal with breaking during that sketch.
Yeah. Yeah, you really tried hard not to break. And I just wished I could walk off to the left about 10 or 20 feet and stand there with everyone else on the floor, people standing around. I wanted to join them and just watch Turd Ferguson do his thing.
Oh man. And what was he like? Just, you know, coming into set, like, just take me into his personality a little bit off camera.
Super low key. He would be over talking to the key grip or talking to the nurses. He was always talking. He was very interested in people. And he was very curious about people and very engaged with everyone from techies and camera operators. Oh, and then Elle McPherson walks by and he says hi to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he was utterly himself and he didn't know how to be other than that.
Sean Connery has set a new Jeopardy record with negative $230,000.
You think you're pretty smart, don't you, Trebek? What with your dago mustache and your greasy hair?
Look, what did I just say about ethnic slurs? And finally, back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Great. Mr. Reynolds, it's still your board.
Yeah, well, why don't you give me ape tit for 200?
It's not ape tit. It's a petite never mind.
Yeah, I'll take the condom thing for 8,000.
That's condiments. For 400. This condiment is made from mustard seed. This is the sound a doggy makes. Mr. Connery.
Moo.
No.
Well, that's the sound your mother made last night.
Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
Yeah, I found this backstage, oversized hat. It's funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. It's funny. It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium. Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny. Suck it, Trebek. That's all the time we have. Good night. Would you get that off me?
Daryl, not many people knew about Norm's battle with cancer. Did the news of his death come as a shock to you as well?
Yeah. I was still seeing his name on billboards and stuff and seeing his name online. And I was even talking with him not so very long ago about doing my podcast. And I never really pursued it aggressively because it didn't seem right to have like a friend on the podcast, like someone that you hung out with and knew in a different context.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I would just like to stay friends.
Wow, and it sounds like he was himself to the end. Can you just take me, you mentioned it, but can you take me into a little bit of when you last got to talk to him and just kind of spend some time, even if it was just on the phone?
I think the last time I spoke with him at real length, like, the in-depth kind of conversation you would want to have with somebody, was after he took over as Colonel Sanders, which was a huge, it sounds paltry now, but it was a big job. And I loved it. And KFC replaced me with him. And so the interesting part about him was he should have been on this big victory lap.
Yeah.
Incredibly great job. And he was going on the air and talking to people like that the KFC should have replaced me because I was the best one. He was more concerned. You can't fake that. Like, concern for your brother or, more than yourself. You can't fake that stuff. He was saying that to them, and everyone was like, yeah, I got to take the job. It's a great job. But he was better. And,
Wow.
Right? Like, he's like,
that's great.
Yeah, it's like, I kind of feel bad about it because he's much better at this than me. And none of this makes any sense to me at all. And the truth is, he was a great Colonel Sanders. And as I knew he would be, he was really fun to watch.
Well, it sounds like any character he stepped into, he owned it.
He was bringing the electricity, yeah.
Howdy, folks. It's me, Colonel Sanders. I've been gone for a while, and boy, howdy, have things changed. Nowadays, you got your International Space Station, your double-sided tape, your cargo pants. You seen these pants? That's too many pockets. But what you don't always seem to have these days is my Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, I'm here to change that, folks. I'm here to make sure my chicken's still as tasty and delicious as it ever was. I'm Colonel Sanders. And I'm back, America. I'm back, America! It's still finger-licking good.
Here are some slides for my research trip down to Nashville. Now, here I am at the airport. Here I am trying classic Nashville hot chicken with its spicy, smoky flavor. Here I am thinking, man, this would be great with my crispy hand-prepared chicken.
here I am writing down the recipe. And here I am with KFC's new Nashville hot chicken. Straight from Nashville for a limited time only. It's finger licking good.
What are you doing now?
I just saw on the TV my hair.
Okay. All right.
Now, he said from the beginning of, in 93, when he did stand-up, he would call the TV the TV.
The TV.
Who else do you know who says the TV?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Bob Dylan.
Right.
Because I got to meet Bob Dylan once, and I was backstage with our guitarist Jimmy Vivino at a Bob Dylan show, and suddenly I got literally like pushed into a room where there was some, heavy-hitting people in there. I did not consider myself, nor do I still, one of those, but I got pushed in, and I got kind of shoved to the front of this line, and there's Bob Dylan. And he looked right at me, and he went, I know you from the TV. And I remembered that in my head, like he calls the television the TV with the emphasis on T. And then Norm, all these years, used to say, it's the TV.
Now, Norm is a giant Dylan fan.
I didn't know that.
Enormous Dylan fan. And sometimes in his material, I feel like there's...
I think that's just Minnesota and Canada. Bob Dylan's from Minnesota.
Yep.
So you're hearing a guy from Minnesota, and you're hearing a guy from Canada, and you're hearing just a North American, the TV,
Right.
Because that Canadian guy also says, like, I'm not a hobo, I mean, those are all old, crusty white manisms, very Canadian, very upper northern, U.S.
Well, here's an interesting fact, and I don't think it's been out there publicly, but Dylan was a fan of Norm's and invited him to his house.
Oh, wow.
And Norm was at Dylan's Malibu house for like 2 days.
Wow.
Wow. Spent the night.
Slept there.
Wow.
And
you want coffee?
What do you want to watch on the TV?
Who wants waffles?
What do you want to watch on the TV? Let's both watch the TV. Finally, I found someone who says it right.
You want to play volleyball?
But he told me about this, and it was an interesting experience. But he never talked about it publicly, which shows you, first of all, what a thrill that must have been for this guy who grew up a Dylan fan. But he talked about almost everything. Ask Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
He didn't keep much secret, but he never really talked about Dylan, and it just shows you how much he did.
Right, he didn't trade off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other comedian could have turned that into like a whole special,
Just a little time. Coming down the stairs, just a little space to hold my mind.
They were just about to start, and Jimmy said, "Can I talk to you, buddy?" I said, "Of course." So we went back, and he said he was very broken up about it. He didn't want this, but he said, "I don't know what to do." And I said, "You think I shouldn't do the show?" He said, "It's just I have so much pressure from people, He goes, "People are crying." I said, "People are crying? People are crying?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Like, senior producers are crying." I was like, "Good Lord." I go, "Well, bring them in and let me talk to them. I don't want to make people cry, Right. I didn't even know I had the capacity to make people cry, to tell you the truth. Right. So I felt so bad from that comment. And then, so Jimmy said, come back whenever you want, but I think it'll hurt the show tonight. And I said, "Well, Jimmy, I don't want to hurt your show. That's the last thing I want to do is hurt your show."
He said, Jimmy Fallon came up to him in the dressing room and said people were crying.
And he goes, people are crying. Oh, my God.
People are pussies.
Well, and
I
that's
mean,
why Norm
people
was
are
like-
fucking pussies. We don't need to accommodate you because you're pussy and you're crying.
We have, it's like emergency fire departments. Now there's emergency torch departments. Something happens. People, they run out with a flaming torch. Let's get them out and go.
So he was literally at the show in the green room.
Because Jimmy went back to talk to him, Jimmy Fallon, and said, like, what do we do about this, buddy? This was the article that just came out.
The other thing I never figure out with all this stuff is Norm MacDonald comes on, does his sit down bit, makes everyone laugh, and then leaves. Is there anyone in the audience with their arms folded going, well, I can't enjoy this after reading that article he did several weeks ago? Or is there who would even know? Did you guys know?
No. And that was the other thing in the article. It said, and I'm sorry I don't have it in front of me, but one of the producers, I believe, suggested that Norm opened the show with an apology. And Norm goes, it's not my show. What do you mean I opened the show with an apology? So they were just trying to figure this out, and then they just canceled it.
Well,
yeah.
He's now my least favorite Jimmy.
I tell you, if there was just a...
now.
Remember
now?
Yeah.
I don't think I said now.
You did, actually.
I don't think I said. Check the tape. Check the tape.
Remember, the old instinct would have been like, hey, let's lead your segment with this. We'll handle this in a funny way, but you can still get in whatever you need to say if you want to say it. Then you do several jokes, and we get the hell out of here. We'll go for a nightcap.
Well, and that's what they said. They said, do we open with this, once you're sitting down? And he said, well, that kind of ruins the mood of the jokes. Why don't we address it at the end? And they said it was just too much of a thing. And just
listen, I'm sorry. Fallon is a pussy because Fallon ultimately is in charge.
I just had the thought, like, oh, wow, Jimmy Fallon took the pussy way out.
He
How
is a
surprising.
pussy because I've been around, Jeff's been around. Ultimately, when the guy with his name on the show says, hey, here's what I want to do. I really feel like this is what we're going to do. You can kind of veto, override anyone. It's probably a little less back than it was with, back in Letterman and Johnny Carson and all that kind of stuff. But you can just go, I'll handle this. We can do this. Yeah. I'm not going to walk down the hall and tell this guy who's been in the business 10 years longer than me that he can't come on and crack wise because he was actually truthful when somebody baited him into a question, probably, for the Los Angeles Times. So he's a pussy. Whoever was crying should just be fucking shit canned. You want to know about people who need to be shit canned? You want that person on your crew? And by the way, no one was crying. And if they were crying, they're unstable. Yeah. There's something wrong with that.
Your appearance on Jimmy Fallon was canceled, and he said that his staffers were actually crying about the comments that you made. Were you surprised at that reaction?
Weren't they crying that you were there? They were crying that he was there.
That you were even there. Have you been surprised by this reaction?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have been surprised because, I never did anything. I mean, I spoke, but I don't want to be tossed in with people that actually did, not crimes, but sins, or, I barely have consensual sex.
Oh, they all have consent. It's all consensual when Mr. Happy comes out. It's all consensual.
Across the Great Plains, harsh weather and hungry boll weevils are the cause of one of the worst cotton harvests in years. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe. This year's lack of snow in Alaska could help generate a surplus of moose next year because deep snow makes it harder for moose to search for food, which leaves them more vulnerable to wolves. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Fort Pierce, Florida, many Bell South customers will no longer pay long-distance phone rates for nearby calls, but will instead be charged with a flat rate of 25 cents. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a consumer group is proceeding with a petition drive to get a proposal on the November ballot that would exempt food from state sales tax. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In St. Louis, archaeologists will use special radar on nearby landfills in an effort to find the 70-foot axle from a Ferris wheel, which was the centerpiece of the 1904 World's Fair. Or so the Germans would have us believe. And finally,
I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go of everything. I'm scared of letting go.
Last year, German Shepherds were rated the nation's most effective police dogs by far, sniffing out more than $100 million worth of illegal drugs. Or so the German Shepherds would have us believe.